Here he comes. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, one and all. The party is background, so we'll off. And we'll welcome you once again. When we left it last, well, let's see what happened. So when we left you last, I do believe you put the fur out, hadn't you, on the Beholder Tyrant ship that you were flying out to Beholder space.
But it was yeah, but it was booby trapped.
someone
It was a booby
sabotaged
trap
it.
that has gone off. It was a so it was a sabotage, right? And funnily enough, when we were talking to
Vina.
the person,
It's Vina.
no, there was something else, right? So we were all accusing, or we're all accusing Vina, right? And we were talking to people, and Milken denies knowledge that what started the fire, right? But then we were looking at him. He was behaving oddly. So he says he didn't know who started the fire, but he wasn't telling the truth. He was being a bit shifty about it.
Was being shifty about it.
He's a bit inconsistent in his version of events.
He was indeed. And yes, what the very last thing when you pressured him on that one, he did say following. I'll have to type it because he very reluctantly, because he's scared of her, did say that Vina was put in charge of the galley equipment.
But the galley equipment didn't have enough heat.
Well, that's the explosion that set the fire and killed Petty Officer Ryback.
Oh, it might have started a fire, but it wouldn't have exploded.
No, but that was the metal plates, wasn't it? If you remember, you found metal plates.
Weren't they like the metal plates that they'd used to sabotage back at
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I've lost my stuff. The fire originated from Petty Officer's Ryback portable cooking surface. The surface is incapable of producing the explosion, which you're quite correct. Big enough to cause the conflagration, nor could it summon the Mephits. The fire was likely started by magic, a spell perhaps, a spell cast on or near Petty Officer Ryback's portable cooking service. This is what you determined. And the fire creatures, the Mephits, were either summoned by the same spell or another spell. Obviously, Critlit and Fred. Oh no, not Fred. Critlit and Adrex have no idea how the fire started. Fred died, didn't he? They heard the explosion in the galley, followed by a Petty Officer Ryback screaming in pain and barking orders at them. They did and they were told, and they opened the barrels of water while Petty Officer Ryback battled the Mephits. Micken, sorry, that would have been Critlick on his own, actually. Sorry, on her own, I should say. Adrex and Micken were working together, shifting through the autognome remains for any salvage that could be used. Vina denied any knowledge whatsoever of the cause and will be affronted if questioned by the party. I realised I forgot to do a portal. That's my mistake. And that's when Vina said that she was put in charge of the galley equipment. Now, yes. There we go. That was it. You found 2 metallic plates, and I do believe you did do some. Well, let's just for the sake of argument, let's have some occult rolls while examining the metal plate.
By this time, I'd have rejoined the rest of the party, so you can put them with me. Cernan only didn't want me there while they were putting the fire out because he was afraid I'd make it worse because I'm clumsy.
Well, actually, that's absolutely fine. If you happen to notice, if you want to move around the ship, you'll notice I have put portals on the ship to allow you to move around. There's a portal there that will take you down to the holodeck, and then from the holodeck, there's a blue portal that will take you down to the other deck. You just need to move yourselves over them, aren't you? Lucky those.
Well, look, I don't do a cult. Can I have an educated guest?
You can have an educated guess. Okay, so
Only one that has a cult, and I still failed it. So
I'll just move everyone down. Just put making lovely magical portals to teleport you if you're not going to use them. There we go. Oh, someone's wasp. There we go. That means I can keep everyone together. Okay. So the two metallic plates you find appear to be completely any magic that was in them seems to be expended, but they still are showing runes of one is showing bar burst and the other is showing summon planar ally, and it seems to be tuned to the elemental plane of fire. Okie dokie. So when Micken says that Vina was setting the galley equipped, because yes, it was, believe me, but Micken, you should know better than to accuse your betters. And she starts stalking off in a husk towards and it goes to clamber up the ropes you've set up.
So the Diablo Bob things are working now?
It should be.
Cool. My microphone isn't, but that's another thing.
Yeah, microphones. Yep. So yep, Vina just storms off in disgust. So what's everyone up to? It heads over to Petty Officer Ryback's body and starts.
just gonna go keep an eye on Vina. She don't trust her.
Right, Vina's up on the holodeck.
Can you share that view?
I've got the links. The porters ran the wrong way. Hang on a second. But it doesn't matter.
Going to patrol around. Keep an eye out for trouble.
Okay.
Put me in the same place Vina is.
You'll have to find her.
Tried your portal thing.
Yes, you should. Yeah, so it should pop up asking you, "Do you wish to teleport?" And you say yes. So it should teleport you. There you go.
There we go.
Works wonderfully. That does. As you appear up on the holodeck, you see Vina is stepping down from the deck above, which is obviously the command deck, and she just comes back down to the holodeck and gives you all a dirty look. As you appear, you should be able to move yourselves. I deliberately unlocked it. Meantime, Adrex the Blue and Critlick bundle up the remains of the petty officer, and they basically move him away from the damage and start assessing what's left.
Trust is going to point out to Vina that while her arrogance hasn't won her any friends, on the other hand, her position within her group should tell her or give her some clue as to who we should take a closer look at. And that her unwillingness to speak out about them isn't going to help her at all either.
Which she points, she goes, "Well, have you kept I reckon, have you kept an eye on Micken? He's always hanging around everyone. Have you noticed that?"
Can I search if there's any more booby traps?
Certainly, where do you want to search?
Then I'm going to ask her, do you know if Micken has the kind of abilities needed to have summoned such creatures?
Well, from what I gather, everything's been done with artifacts. Therefore, no magical skills are needed. And anyway, Micken was our helmsman in our team. So yes, he.
So I was going to say I was going to look for traps behind the control panels.
Okay, so you need to be up on the command deck for that. Up with Sargon. Sargon and Glixagleb, can I please have notice checks, please? Because you're both up on the command deck.
I don't know where I am at the minute.
You've moved yourself back down to you moved yourself back down to the holo deck. Don't feel there's two ways to get there. It's a bit confusing on that score. Okay, Sargon, you've noticed a metal plate up on the command deck.
Who is our people that'd be familiar out of our crew? Who is the ones that'd be familiar with that?
Aye. So I was going to say what I was actually going to do was I was going to check if there was booby traps up the command deck, but I'm actually checking on the inside of the panels because I can go through the gap in the panel.
You can indeed.
And I'm going to use a repair skill to slither through the system. On basically inside. I'm going to basically slide inside the machinery.
You can't find anything wrong there. Basically, the ornate chair you fitted into the ship on the command deck. When you installed the chair, there certainly wasn't any metal plate attached to it. Now you notice that you can now see that underneath the chair is a metal plate. It seems to have some sort of glowing rune upon it.
So that's armed then to go off.
Is there a way to disable it? I mean, I'm not there.
Can we is there any way to cut the plate off? Without it activating? I don't do magic. I've got no idea it works, but
the whole ship is suddenly rocked as a loud explosion reverberates around the whole ship.
Holy cow! Space hamster!
Is that plate still there, or did that just go off?
Panic, everybody!
Oh, the plate detonated, destroying basically.
It's all going to pieces.
Destroying the Spelljammer helm.
Club don't have to worry about the fact we were there.
Fortunately, you didn't move into the blast radius.
Did somebody let Flubber near the command again?
It wasn't me. I wasn't even near it. I was actually sticking. I stuck my head inside the wall to see what's, and then I noticed the plate. And next thing you know, I was just speculating, can we cut it off? And that was a conversation I was just about to have, and then kaboom.
So right, radioactive polyfiller. I gotcha. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, so he was touching things when it went wrong then.
Well, no. I'm assuming he stepped out to talk with me about dealing with it.
I assume so too.
Otherwise, I was saying it's like I can try and cut it off. I mean, I got.
I was thinking this is going to be totally cool. This will be a bit of a team effort to cut it off in mid-conversation. It's get cut off. Like, boom.
A boom indeed.
Oh, that's bad.
So obviously, at the end of that, at the end of the explosion, there's no spelljamming helm left. But everything else is fine.
Now, is that the one we brought?
That is the one you bought.
So,
As in the only one we brought.
Indeed.
so
And
the
the only one
next
we
thing is
have.
how do we fly the ship then?
I can
Okay.
fix anything.
You are marooned. Deep space.
With a traitor.
With a traitor.
And a hamster.
Hamster.
Who was installing the chair?
You all did, I believe, as a party. You all brought it
Well,
aboard.
we moved it.
I can't remember who actually did it.
We moved it, but we had like technical people who were installing it.
Yeah.
But the plate was inside the chair.
It was on the floor beneath the chair. Vina steps out onto this deck and looks in horror at the destroyed spelljamming helm and says, "How did you allow that to happen?"
Someone booby trapped it.
This chick's gonna like save her judging.
Well, we don't have any
Before-
choice, do we? We're going to have to admit we're going to have to contact the academy and admit we failed.
I can fix anything though.
Considering
Like Coley's dad.
we should probably contact them anyway, considering that we've been actively sabotaged.
Well, indeed.
Whoever their
sending-
traitor is here with us.
Who's got the sending stone?
I have sufficient rope to kill Hall that Vina
Vernon does.
person.
That was
Sorry?
what's his name? The cook,
Oh, in that case,
I think.
Adrix the Blue will basically come back with the sending stone, saying we found this was on his body. It's up to the holodeck, and then it comes from the holodeck to the command deck. Even though it says move to holodecks, that's a mistake on my part. But anyway, there we go.
Okay, Cernan will use the sending stone and try to contact the academy.
Yeah, the other you were told the other Bosun Tarto has the partner stone to this one. You were told so. Communicating with her, she when you report the situation, you hear the annoyance, but also concern in her voice, even in her standard gruff manner, where she says, "Well, I'd command you to wait for backup, but without a working helm, you don't have any choice. There's we should arrive in a day."
Well, hopefully in that
well,
day
there.
we'll tell us out who it is that's doing this. Since about what half of their part of the crew has already been killed.
Indeed.
Okay, the survivors will be here waiting for you.
Okay, so I'm going to everyone.
Sorry, I just wanted to roll something.
Command deck. There we go. Let's get everyone up to the command deck to keep my life easier. even Mortimer, who's going to be in the corner because obviously Pettigrew's not here today. Right, so you've probably got about 24 hours until the ship arrives. Where what you do in that time amongst yourselves, but Adrex the Blue suggesting, given that we don't know who we can and can't trust, I don't think anyone should be separated from the rest of us any further.
Oh, I agree with that.
Going in groups of at least 2, if not 3.
Can I wrestle the hamster?
You want to attack Mortimer?
No, just like play fight.
Anyways, I think Plar is the one that can fix stuff.
I can fix anything.
I'll partner up with him to keep an eye on his. If anybody else wants to help him work on repairing the chair, go for it. But I'm going to watch Plar's back.
Okay, make a repair.
Keep
roll.
him on task. Yeah, gotcha.
Make a repair roll, Plar.
I'll support her on that first before he chucks it.
Oh no, it's absolutely fine. In your opinion, the spelljamming helm is beyond repair.
All we can do is hunker
It's
down.
knackered. It's knackered. It's knackered.
Yeah. At the end of the day, a spelljamming helm is actually any old chair that someone's cast the create spelljamming helm spell on.
Can we land? So is it?
Yeah.
Can we land anywhere? I
No.
mean, how do we?
The only thing that's lucky about it, really, the only thing that's lucky about it is because of the mass of the turret ship, it still has its gravity. It still has gravity because it's not the gravity plane's not caused by the spelljamming helm. So therefore, you still have an atmosphere and you still have gravity because of the mass of the ship. It's got nothing to do. So, mass is what creates gravity in the spelljamming universe. It's not the magical helm. So you're not going to asphyxiate through lack of air or float off into wild space. You would if you left the ship, of course, but that's by the by.
Just to make clear, nobody's calling for a vote.
No one's calling. Sorry, what?
For a vote on who to eject.
No one's calling. I've never actually played that. I know what you mean, though. Can't remember what it's called. Anyway. No, well, Vina doesn't gives you a withering look at your attempt of your sense of humour there. In the meantime, Adric's going, well, what we need to do is we need to work out where everyone was. I mean, everyone's had access to the command deck and the helm, but and that I don't recall the last time I saw I looked at the helm and noticed it. But I mean, if we could track movements, I mean, we know that Vina was working down. We know Vina was working down in the galley, but then all of us at any time have been down there. And we know the GIF had been down there multiple times to check on his space hamster. You just hear a snort coming from the other room. As Pettigrew, it obviously dismisses the idea that he's got anything to do with it. And there's obviously when it comes to access to the helm, well, let's face it, that's obviously Cernan or Mikan as our designated helmsman and backup helmsman. You two are the ones who would have spent most of the time near the helm, so it all gets rather interesting on that score. And then I'd say quickly, obviously, has been around the place, but she spent a lot of time with Click Chick, so I mean, we should probably keep an eye on those two together. I mean, I don't know what I really have no idea what we're doing here anymore. We'll just have to wait for the bosun and see what they decide. He says, but I'm not sure I can trust any of you right now, so I'm just going to keep my back to this wall, he says. And you all got an advance as well, because you got the 24 hours while you're waiting to.
Oh, so we just got an advance?
You did.
Massive celebrations.
We're on 3 advances now.
Yes, that was your 3rd advance.
Right, okay.
Bitnik's coming over to stand near Chick. Because she feels safe near him. She doesn't trust all these humanoids. They've got too many arms and legs. Too few arms and legs, I mean. TPK is just wandering around the place. Vina literally just stomps off into the corner over here and just. You notice anytime you look at Vina, she just seems to be giving evil eyes to Mikan.
I tell her to take a buddy. Does anyone go with her?
Only TPK goes. Stays with her and beeps a bit.
Pointed the finger at Mikan.
I drag Tara along and go after her.
Yeah, cool.
Well, Triss don't like Vina, but she threw one of her, so I'm going to keep an eye on Mikan.
Give us
Because
just a
he's
second, Trist. I want to talk with Micken, just me and him.
Okay, I'll step back here, but I'm staying nearby in case you need my help. And I trip as I step back.
Yeah, just have a seat right there. That's fine.
What?
Micken, Vina keeps giving you the eye, and I know that you're hiding something. What's going on?
Oh dear. um, it's just Venus. She's just arrogant and it's just the way she is. Hang on, sorry, I'm desperately trying to find my backup now. My background notes, I should say. Come on, Vina, give me your character sheet. Thank you. I mean, she's just one of those. She's a moon elf, and you know they can be stuck haughty, and she comes from a name of her family, a sort of a well-known bunch of moon elves, and she's basically determined to do well and come first in the academy. And basically, I keep messing things up, and when I got assigned to her team, just anything that goes wrong now, she just blames me for it. I mean, you've seen how arrogant and condescending she is. I think she's been she's also a little taken back that she got brought out here with. I mean, the crew came, but obviously Fred died. She seems to be very shaken up by the fact that Fred got killed by the saboteur. I think she's found it easiest to think of me. She can just blame me for.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, she definitely is an arrogant little twat, but I'm a little more concerned with what it is that you're hiding.
Well, only the fact that she says she says I just if I do anything to cross her, she'll make sure that I'll never graduate from the academy, and her uncle will pull strings, and I'm eager to make my fortune so I can provide a good life for my fiance. This is my only chance for us to escape from the life we have. If I make it good in the academy and get a good career and become an officer, and I can get married and have respectability and responsibility at a job. I just want more.
And I pipe up from over in the corner where I'm sitting because I didn't feel like getting up after tripping. Ambition is a hell of a motivation for treason.
Yes, but treason's a stupid thing. If you get caught doing, if you get caught, my career would be over before I started. And besides, it's not my fault I'm clumsy. He looks at you, Trist, as he says that. Just because I'm clumsy doesn't mean everyone should pick on me, should they?
Clumsy doesn't equal malicious. Whoever's doing this is malicious.
Tell that to
So
Vina.
what's this life you're trying to escape from? I mean, what's so bad about your life that you need to...
I grew up in the slum pits, where my fiance still is. The only way to get out of there is turn to crime or make yourself better. I don't have any intention of turning to. I didn't turn to a life of crime. Better than cheapest and shy.
But if somebody were to pay you a small fortune to betray your team, I mean, that would get you out of there, wouldn't it?
It would, but it's not the honourable thing to do, is it? How could I look at young Hyacinth in the eye if I betrayed everything? I have to be honest, much as I wish it was Vina doing it, she's too haughty to take the risk. She only leaves Chiclet and Adrex the Blue, and Adrex the Blue's obviously much too honourable and well, yeah, he's a noble, and he treats he treats me honourably and fairly, and so that logically only leaves Chiclet. Your friend probably wouldn't like me saying that. That's why I'm keeping quiet. Besides, just because besides, we don't know they can't read our minds. Just because they could put messages in our heads to communicate with us. What else can they do? Smiling, someone's whispered the chats there. Micken doesn't really have much more to say unless you've got any specific questions to ask him.
Laura is an autognome, right?
Sorry?
Plar, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't eat and drink, or?
No requirement to.
But you can?
I mean, I could mush up some food and put it in places.
All right. Like I said, I'll go after Vina.
Yep, that's absolutely fine.
Hang on. Are you planning on feeding me Vina?
No.
Okay.
All just sitting here for the next 24 hours, eyeing each other suspiciously and watching for anything that might give away the traitor.
Here's a silly question for you. How much cargo can we afford to throw away?
Well, let me see what you got left. I think I've updated the party sheet. I think I destroyed everything that's gone, wasn't it? You've lost all your water. Yeah, I've destroyed everything you've lost.
I'm just saying, I'm not really interested in what we've got. I'm more interested in how heavy it is, because if the only way that we're going to get from 8, are we actually moving? Are we drifting?
No, you were probably obviously with the fire and everything. No one was at the helm, so the ship had come to a stop. You're just floating in world space, somewhere in the dark void, because you were heading out from close to the sun, out, weren't you? And it was going to be a 10-day journey out to Hakatha. You're probably 200 million miles an hour, so you'll be about 72 million miles away from the Academy right now.
It's a long shot, right? But if you've got
space.
enough garbage, right, to put in one of the landing legs, and then I could blow it up, and it would give us a bit of a kick.
Yes, but don't forget you'll need the landing legs to land when you get to.
I know the leg will be totally fine-ish, I think. No, it's just as long as it's like I'm just thinking, so long as we shoot some
and they're going to
overboard.
be here in 24 hours with the equipment we need. It's just a matter of we've got
Waiting 24 hours.
Making sure nothing else goes terribly wrong, or anything else the saboteur is able to. That's why we're pairing off and grouping up so nobody's alone. Correct?
Someone's gone, by the way.
Or nobody can get away and pull something.
Did you say somebody's sloped off?
Someone's sloped off. The other thing I should point out is basically anyone. So should we have? I will go allow academics or science, or failing that, a common knowledge at -2. But academics and science have no.
Sorry, common knowledge in what?
-2 if you don't have academics or science.
Would a 14 cover it?
Yeah, so let me. So I would. Okay, so I'm just bringing up the map of realm space. Toriel is where you headed off from. That's where the academy was. You are currently there.
Okay.
Now, bearing in mind the travel from the sun is at spell jamming speeds, so it's 100 million miles a day, I should say. So I got my numbers wrong earlier. So you are 300. Actually, you're probably closer that way. Then you are 300 million miles from your start point, and you've got no water. So it doesn't matter what you do, to be honest. It's, you know what I mean. If considering that drifting, you will be traveling considerably less than 100 million miles a day, and you are 300 million miles from Boreal, and Glyph is 10. So you're 3 days from the nearest planet or 7 days from the next planet out. At 100 million miles a day.
Or 1 day from them coming to rescue us.
Yes. They always on
It
another
doesn't
mission.
matter for 3 days or 7 days because we can't get anywhere.
Well, the point is, Glixaglib's plan would, even if we're generous and say you drift at 1,000 miles a day, Glixaglib's plan, let's be generous. You see the problem.
Aye. So, and one of the things that widens their search area when they do arrive, because
Indeed.
then we've moved. So, I would probably better to stay put and then make it blatantly obvious where we are.
Yeah. At this point, I will point out that Adrex, who basically slipped off while you were all discussing stuff.
So Adrex has disappeared.
Adrex the Blue reappears, having climbed back up from the tube, and he drops down a backpack upon the ground. It lands with a heavy metallic.
But didn't we specifically say everybody was to stay in pairs? And isn't that just like when he buggers off by himself, just a bit naughty?
Well, yes, but at the
Is
same
that a satchel
time,
charge? The next thing I'm making, is that a satchel charge?
No. He basically goes, while everyone was discussing stuff, I decided just to get to the heart of the problem. So I just went downstairs and went through everyone's things, and I found another metal.
You prick! How dare you violate my privacy? This auto gnome is gonna have your auto ass.
Now, since you went by yourself,
whose backpack is that?
We don't know that you didn't plant it.
He looks affronted at his call to honor there. I give you my word that I found this pack in. As it is, I have not planted anything. I went to the pack. I found it slightly open. The first thing I noticed was the glint of metal as it stuck out the top of the pack, and therefore I brought the pack up here without touching it. I am not even aware whose pack it is yet. As he throws it to the
You brought it up here where we all are.
It's not activated, as I suspect. Hang on.
Doesn't apparently take long to activate.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I should have said yes to that. Yep, there you go. Someone's coming back. He has no magical capabilities, so he there's no way of him to actually know. But anyway, as he drops the pack down on the ground, he throws the pack down on the ground, and stuff begins to fall out of it. And the topmost thing that falls out and breaks as it hits the ground is a picture of a young human female.
What manner of smut is this?
Yeah, it's just it's a nice posing photograph, and basically,
And I snatch up the photograph because I was present when Micken talked about the girl that he wanted to marry.
Yeah.
And I tell him, Micken, is this someone you know?
Gasp goes, that's my pack. That's my fiance. That's Hyacinth. Then he sees the metal plate, goes, what's that doing in there? They didn't put it there. I have never seen them before. Someone's trying to frame me.
Where is he? I can't see him to target him.
Cernan, what kind of persuasion do you got?
Some notice checks. Yeah. Micken appears to be giving off appears to be genuinely, as far as it appears to be genuinely shocked and also scared at the same time that you found the metal plate in the bag.
You son of a bitch! Was that shrapnel?
The rune upon it appears to be another summon planar ally. This time, Earth.
Can we get it down to? Can we get the plate down to the holodeck? Because the holodeck's got a passageway to the outside, is it not?
I mean, it's not activated. It's still got its charge, but it hasn't been activated. But Micken continues to exclaim his innocence as you all look at him.
Well, who in our party?
I was going to say, it's not activated, but do we need to put it in a safe place before, and just in case it does activate? I mean, I have got no idea how do these work. So they go off by accident. I mean, how do they?
The look of hatred and admonishment in Vina's eyes as she stares down at
Everyone,
going, Fred was my friend. How could you?
Everyone, calm down. Weapons down.
Well, you should say that. Her hand has gone straight to her longsword.
I don't have a weapon in my hand. I have a flute in my hand.
Put my hand on her lower arm to stop her.
Mm-hmm.
There is only circumstantial evidence. As Adrix did not listen to the advice of not splitting up.
I get on my word of honor. I found this metal plate in this pack. I swear by all that
your word of honor is nothing.
In the meantime, you put your hand on Venus' hand on the sword, but her left hand, palm up, a column of fire starts to bubble up and going, I never trusted that human. She's not doing anything with it. She's just letting the fire burn there.
The evidence is circumstantial. Because somebody didn't listen and decided to just go off on their own, we don't know if he put that in there or not. We don't know if somebody else put that there and not. Everything right now is up in the air, and whoever is the saboteur is using that paranoia to cause these problems and make things worse. So instead of being emotional, and I can get it, I get why you're pissed. I've lost crewmates too. I understand why you are enraged. But as hard as it is, you need to stay calm, stay collected. I'm not telling you not to be angry. No. You have every right to be angry. But right now, you cannot act on that anger.
Let's at least put him in the hamster's cage. You shouldn't let him wander around, she says.
Don't think he'll fit.
The giant space hamster is bigger than all
I'm
of
sorry,
you.
the giant space hamster.
Yes.
As long as there is at least 2 guards with him. And from now on, nobody, and I'm glaring over at Adrix at this point, nobody goes off by themselves. If they do, they will be chained up and put next to him.
Adrix looks at you and goes, that sounds perfectly acceptable. I shall, to atone for my mistake of not telling you I was going off, I just wanted to catch, when everyone was up here, I just wanted to search the bags to see if we could find anything before anyone could get to them. But I understand the inconvenience and suspicions this may cause. Therefore, to atone, I shall spend the next 18 or so hours that we wait for the
Cleaning
bosun,
up after the space hamster.
guarding the prisoner. He says, I am going to take the prisoner to the cage. If anyone wishes to accompany me.
The click, go with him. Make sure there's no accidents.
Micken, looking very scared and completely protesting his innocence all the time.
Trist, if you wouldn't mind going with you to be safe.
You want to take the blue. You take the blue one from here to go down to the lower deck. I didn't have enough colours. I'll make some new tokens next time.
They're both blue. I didn't know where I was going.
I know, that's only I needed more colours, and I will make some more colours in the future. But the fact that you can move yourselves around the back map makes my life so much easier.
Oh no! And for the longest time, these weren't working, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I just need to make some tokens for them. Obviously, for maps with stairs up and down, I'll just have tokens that show stairs going up and down. But today, I only had 2 colours of portals, so I just put them in this morning.
Look at Flower.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff you like to eat, right? Looking at Micken.
He's a human. I probably eat the same food as you know. He says.
Motion. I will go with Vina. Plar, who you going with? Pair off with people now. You have a buddy for at least the next 12 hours? Everybody.
Yes, I will tail TBK 99. That thing, yes.
I look over at Glix. Who's your buddy?
Yeah. So who am I with? I'm definitely not going with the space hamster, obviously.
But come on, Flubber, like some Flubber and 2 auto gnomes. It'll be loads of fun. Like lubricants everywhere.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we do have another auto gnome somewhere, don't we? You repaired one. I forgot where he is at the moment.
That's TBK 99, isn't it?
No, TBK 99 is a droid. He's Vena's droid. Little robot chap. He's not an auto gnome. The auto gnome was Whizpop, wasn't it?
I don't mind to go.
He's probably. I think I'm going to say, for argument's sake, he's been down on the holodeck all this time trying to see if he can clear any of his friends.
Well, then I'll hang out with Flubber. That's cool.
Yeah, I can go with anybody except the space hamster, who we're not pals. So.
Yeah, Flubber fur doesn't mix well.
One other person.
It's true. The space hamster just looks like it's going to constantly eat me all the time.
Vena's in the meantime, I know you're following. Vena's walked over to Micken's pack, and she's picked up the plate, examined it, going, the command word hasn't been spoken to activate this. What should we do with it? It's unsafe to leave it lying around.
Oh, that's what I mean. Can we not have it? I mean,
this is probably going to sound like a bad idea. The only place that we're having guarded is where we're keeping Micken. Does he have to be holding it to activate it?
No, someone just has to speak the command word.
What near it.
Yeah, basically near it. Yes.
Well, see, the thing is, the thing we've got to decide is, do we actually need it for anything?
Can it actually be used to track anything or something?
Because I'm going to say, if we don't need it, why don't we just chuck it overboard?
Yes. Yes.
Just frisbee it off and let it skip across the gravity field way out. Yeah. If we keep throw it hard enough with enough inertia, it'll just bounce across the,
Blorig's exceptionally excited at the prospect of skipping things across like space oceans.
In that case, you just need to go down to the holodeck to do that, because as you can see, there are vents the holodeck is exposed to world space, so you can.
Clueless and easily distracted. This is about to happen unless somebody grabs my attention to something more interesting.
Well, we haven't let you take in it.
Vena's still holding it, and if you holding it, and if you approach Vena, TPK starts whirring threateningly at you.
I ask her, since she is occult trained, is it possible to trace its maker or whatever from it?
The fact that it's Vena's looking at going, the fact that it's just an artifact means anyone can activate it, and they did not necessarily have to create it themselves. Certainly, you also agree with that assessment.
Okay, so keeping it is a danger. Is a danger.
Well, as captain of the ship, I will keep it. I will keep it on my person, and I will make sure that nothing happens to it.
That sounds like a bad idea if all someone has to do is say the wrong word near you.
It's a voice-activated bomb you're carrying, Ben. Would it not be?
It goes,
is that right?
The problem we have here is we obviously, although evidence implies that it is Mikan, we don't have any proof of that. And I'm afraid to say, Captain, you notice there is some maliciousness in the voice as she says the word Captain.
Oh, I expected it, yeah.
We can't risk giving it to any one person in case we're giving it to the person who knows the command word.
But if that's why I was asking if they had to be holding it to activate it, which I don't think so.
That said, of course, she says with a slight evil grin on her face, goes, there's too many people around here to actually use it as a plan, because once it's spoken, no one will be stupid enough to do it. But what we really should have done was left it lying somewhere with surreptitious eye kept on it to see if anyone tried to retrieve it or activate it. I don't suppose we can do that now.
Depends on how confident or stupid our saboteur is. It still seems like an unnecessary risk, unfortunately.
I agree, and unfortunately, given that if it is Mikan is the saboteur, then we've already got him locked up, so we'd have to be done with him. Personally, I think we should discard it into space.
Let's do. If it can be activated at distance, I say let's do that, because last thing we need is somebody going, being able to say it and taking out somebody or a bunch of people in one go without any warning.
It will basically summon creatures according to the I can't remember who made their occult roll, but as far as you can tell, it would summon more creatures from another.
Yeah, let's just toss it.
Yeah, you're going to give it to Plank to toss out into space then, because he seems quite eager to do so.
Nuke the fuckers! Let's go!
Before we lose anybody else, there's one last thing we need to do first. Get your cups.
Get your cups.
Pull up my mug.
I have clogs.
Anybody can drink. Get your cups out. I pull up my wineskin.
Alcohol's not the best when you're thirsty, but that's fine. Okay.
To Fred, to Ryback, and did anybody else die?
I think Fred's Fred, one of Venus' nameless sidekicks, as in nameless, as in I didn't bother giving him a name, didn't survive, did they? It's obviously your character's a nice name.
Yeah, to Ryback, to Fred, to Mook 2.
Mook too. I like that.
I raise my glass bottle full of lantern oil and relish its part lubricating properties.
Vina takes a swig from her water, a hip flask. To
Everybody
Fred
gets wine.
and Mook too. And
But the
Ryback.
other they can drink alcohol gets wine.
No, she drinks from her own hip flask.
Okay.
Right.
So, proper way, but
award some bennies there for some good role playing all round and calculated stuff. Well, the next 18 hours, unless anyone's got anything planned, go uneventfully. Other than obviously everyone's keeping an eye on everyone else, and Micken still proclaiming his innocence. Now, I do believe
I can't get no sleep.
being safe.
Yeah, hang
The
on.
saboteur has proved smart enough that he'd to sabotage to set up somebody else.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I think the flight he found. I can't remember for certain. I'm fairly confident that the flighty foundling is the ship that pulls alongside you, which is a hammerhead. I seem to recall. I could be, but it doesn't really matter. So, 2 Spelljamming Academy faculty members are aboard: the bosun Tarto and Surfe Azabin. They report that they are coming with you to Hakatha to ensure no further mishaps occur aboard the tyrant ship. Though they... Hello, Newman. They to assure no more further mishaps happen, and also they do bring with them a replacement spelljamming helm. They whiz pop the autonome, and Micken and Adrex and TPK and Vina are all taken aboard the flighty foundling for further questioning, seeing as you have been unable to, and not been a bit too good, sowing seeds of confusion. Who can't be trusted? Oh, and Quicklit as well. Off goes Quick. So leaving it's just your teams left, as they're beginning to think that obviously having 2 opposing teams on board is probably a bad idea. So the flighty foundling departs once you have a new spelljamming helm installed. So we'll turn the spelljamming helm back on. There you go. One spelljamming helm back on. And obviously, Cernan, you're still captain of the ship because this is all part of the academy, and whether so far everything that's happened could be good or could be bad when it comes to your final scores. We'll find out later. But anyway,
so the mission to go and recover the who's what's that is still on.
Yeah, Tarto grimaces and gnaws on her cigar as she signs you dull tasks. Meanwhile, Arthur takes control of the tyrant ship's newly installed spelljamming helm. The trek to Hakatha will take many days, they point out. And the plan is still to go ahead. And the planet's description doesn't do its justice. Hakatha is a watery disk thousands of miles wide with a towering mountain called the Spindle at its centre. So Arthur maneuvers the tyrant ship so it hovers a few feet above the surface of the water at the spindle's edge. Bosun Tarto flicks away the stub of her smouldering cigar as she orders you to unfurl a rope ladder. Here's the deal. You see, you have one sending stone and I have the other. When you find the meteorite, contact me and let me know, then await further instructions. Who has the bag of holding?
Who does have the bag of holding?
Who does have the bag of holding? Is it? It's not Pettigrew, is it?
I don't even see it in the party inventory.
Didn't we give it to the hamster?
No, someone took it.
It's
Portable hole, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Was it portable hole? I apologise, my confusion.
Okay, that's on the
that is on Trundlefoot. The gift's got it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you could use that to contain. Yes, I decided the portable hold made more sense than a bag of holding because you can.
Or, sorry, Worthington has it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Yeah,
You've got
it has
access
a big
code.
it has a bigger entrance depending upon how
Exactly.
big this meteorite is. Yeah.
Exactly. You could use it to contain. I obviously when I changed it to a portable hold rather than a bag of holding, but obviously you've got to change the text here. You could use it to contain the meteorite. The impact site is nearby. If the meteorite isn't there, search the nearby caves. Sarfa and I will remain here to guard the ship. Oh, we need a Dr. Seuss book, indeed. How are you? Okay, so who has the other sending stone? Now we know who's got. We know Trundlefoot's got the portable hull. Obviously, if you want to take any equipment from the ship's inventory log, now's the time to do it. So as you clamber down the rope ladder, you can see your surroundings more clearly. You're standing on the rocky shore of the Spindle, a mountain bigger than any mountain you've ever seen before. The sun is a distant speck, and daylight on Hakafe is no brighter than a starry night back home. Aren't you lucky? It's your first footsteps on a different planet, perchance. The water is floating in space with a single large mountain. The Spindle is 200 miles across at its base and tapers to a peak 1,000 miles above the surface of the water.
Hey, look, the flat earthers were right.
The caverns inside the Spindle are home. Basically all the beholders live inside the Spindle. It's all good. Okay. Castle's falling dimensions. Its distant water world with a large mountain called Spindle. The shores are dimly lit. The distant sun provides little warmth for illumination. The rocky ground is worn smooth by eons of gentle waves. Extends about 500 feet from the water's edge to the Spindle's sheer cliffs. Standing on the shore, you can see numerous caves in the Spindle's bay. Nothing stirs in the shallow water. In the distance, seabirds call to each other, swooping and diving for food. Can I have some notice checks, please? Someone's rolling Rara well there. Wow. Those are some good notice checks there. Okay. You doesn't take you long as you search the shore to find where the meteorite crashed. In the dim light of the distant sun, you see a blemish on the face of the Spindle where something must have struck it at great speed, shattering the rock and leaving a huge indentation. Whatever struck the mountainside tumbled down towards the shore, leaving a furrow of melted rock.
Start heading that way.
Okie dokie. Doesn't take you too long to get there. And you can, you basically looking at obviously where you can see it struck and looking at the marks on the side and the melted and burnt ground around you. This is definitely where the meteorite ended up. However, meteorite is nowhere to be seen.
Sorry, what was that? You trailed off there.
Sorry, I went into a coughing fit. Basically, you can see where the meteorite hit, rolled down the mountain, and landed on the ground, but the meteorite is not there now.
Start looking for tracks.
And I have survival tracking checks, please. Well done, Sargon. That's all you need. Oh. Interest. That's stealth, but anyway. Okay. We find a single set of tracks leading from the place where the meteorite came to west to a 15-foot wide, 20-foot high cave mouth at the base of the spindle, about 250 feet away. Sargon, you got a raise on your tracking roll. You identify the tracks as belonging to some type of large giant, possibly.
Large giant, possibly an ogre.
Looks like picked up the asteroid and carried it. Yep.
I didn't think ogres were that big. Okay, I'll let the others know.
Mm-hmm.
Start going in. Start being sneaky about following them. Or not.
Mavericks, the blue's gone. Cernan, the captain. There's Trist. I'll get Clank. What's it look like? Oh yeah, there we go. Irvington Pettigrew's obviously got the bag, hands over the bag of holding, but it's going to. Mortimer's ironic. The one time where Mortimer can actually get used, he's not here, but anyway. So Mortimer and Worthington are going to guard the cave entrance, but the rest of you are able to. Now I don't know what happened. Why does that encounter not open up? Come on.
Triss manages to stealth after him without like breaking her neck.
No problem. There we go.
He's
Right.
just tiny. She hides behind him.
So, the 15-foot wide passage opens into a large, rough chamber with a sunken floor. A misshapen, vaguely oblong lump of metal sits in the middle of the chamber. A sliver of light streaming down from the hole in the ceiling in the cavern gives it a dark blue sheen. Hovering near the meteorite are two identical creatures, each one a slimy green orb with a large central eye and 4 writhing eye stalks. Gathered around them are half a dozen smaller creatures of similar shape, each no bigger than a grapefruit. Sitting on a 5-foot shelf overlooking the chamber is a massive, yellow-skinned ogre with one slight copian eye. The ogre yawns and blinks slowly, appearing rather tired. Okay, you should have a map. You seem to, yeah, but lots of floating eyes with eye stalks. You.
Grab Sargon.
I look at Cernan. We made him the leader, right?
You did indeed.
The first thing I'm going to do is grab Sargon's arm because he's about to go in there, guns blazing. He's going to go in there and start killing them all.
No.
Yeah, you will. You're thinking, oh, look, there's only like 50 of them. Let's charge.
Actually, I'll leave it.
I know what those things are, and I know what they can do. And I'm sneaking. Who else is sneaking? Are you sneaking?
I have stealth rolls from Sargon, who's obviously being very quiet there. Tickler-Click, who's being really quiet. Glitzer-Glib, who's being really quiet. Trist, who's actually being quieter than Sargon, even though no one listening, and Cernan obviously not. So,
I'm wondering if we can sneak up the left side in the shadow of that boulder and get a surprise round on attacking them. And get them while they're all...
Alien voice in your someone, namely Sargon, failed their stealth roll, and so did Cernan. An alien voice inside your head says, "Mysterious outsiders, I am Spectator Greeglob. This is Spectator Orblob. Each of us claims right to guard this strange meteorite, but only one of us may do so." A similar but different telepathic voice adds, "We call upon you to mediate our dispute at once."
Fuck.
That means we've been invited in, so we can get close.
Anyone else hear that, or only me?
I will definitely make them neutral.
I'll whisper that out to like nearby me. Did anyone else hear that, or only me?
All of you heard it.
I think it was all of us. All of us.
We're busted. Fine, let's go.
Maybe we should get them. We should get them to settle it by combat. And we just stand back and watch and see who wins, and then jump them.
I think a great settlement for us would be just give us the meteorite, and then there's nothing to dispute, right?
No, let them
Indeed,
dispute
exactly.
it first.
That, if they're clever, that's what they can do.
Trial by combat is the best way to dispute this. We just sit back and watch.
Well, I think Doga would have.
Each of you needs to identify why you think you have claim. Tell us why you have claim on this meteorite.
All right, so, you know what? Before we go any further, I'm going to roll common knowledge as to what exactly beholders think is this mediating.
You want to Benny that?
I think so. Just because I have a feeling that this might be important. This is as I'm going up.
Okay. Yes, agreed. From what you've seen, you would say that these are not all beholders. That what you're seeing are spectators, which are, I won't say good beholders. They tend to be sort of more honourable beholders. You got the razor also. Basically, they're usually used to defend and guard treasure. Therefore,
Good is relative.
Sorry?
Good is relative in the fact that if they make a deal, they'll keep a deal.
They tend, yeah, I suppose they tend from, if you're sort of going into sort of alignment style stuff, they're not necessarily, I don't think they're necessarily good, but they are lawful. You know what I mean? As in, they'll tend to follow rules and keep their word. That said, they are still beholderkin, and just like all beholders, they all basically know that they are the pure and best example of being a beholder, and everything else is an abomination.
First appearing in the Len Lakofta AD&D module, The Secret of Bone Hill.
Indeed.
First module I ever bought.
Okay.
I'll always
Okay.
remember that.
Okay. Worthington Pettigrew the Fourth has obviously decided that he's not going to guard anymore because he's just arrived, and therefore he's finally riding Mortimer.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Yeah, finally, you're on a planet. You can actually be a cavalier.
So how
Awesome.
are we going to dispute this?
Right, hang on. Okay, the object is in the object. Sorry. We shall guard. What I shall guard this strange meteorite, for I, Greelob, am the purest of the spectator race, and it is our job to guard worthwhile treasures, and I will protect it. However, I do not need the inferior Orlob and his cronies to be here. They shall be gone, and I shall defend it.
Okay, so the gazers are spectators, right? I mean, sorry. I guess I should. You said spectators. Do you mean they're spectator? I'm assuming Orblob and Greelob are spectators, the subrace of
Beholders.
these.
Yeah, gazers apparently are they're really small. They're tiny. Beholders, no bigger than a grapefruit. Apparently created when beholders dream.
Okay.
Nice.
So the gazers aren't spectators, and they're watching. They're minions of one of the two groups.
Yes.
Okay. So
Beholder's dream of gazing sheep.
Yeah. And also, don't forget, you've still got the ogre sitting up the shelf watching everything. He doesn't look too happy.
Are you going to be guarding it on behalf of him? And as I kind of motion over at the ogre, since he found it.
My cave, my rock. What none of you here.
Understandable.
Orlob looks up and goes, "We will. If I am mediated to guard this device, then I will make sure that no one can approach it, and that includes you, ogre. You will move it back to my lair where I can protect it properly." Orlob goes, "No, it shall be moved back to my lair, for I am the rightful guardian of this object." And they both look back at you all for confirmation. Yes.
Okay. I take on a kind of thinking motion, and I move over towards the ogre. Got a cup. Sorry, got a cup. I ask him as I get over next to him.
Okay. Sure,
As I pull out mine.
I'll make the ogre neutral as well, of course. There we go, because none of them are actively hostile at the moment. The ogre looks at them and goes, "My cave, my rock, they all cave is not fair." Is anyone else moving up, or are you all hanging back?
But anyway,
She's sneaking up there quietly to see, and she's staying behind stuff because she doesn't want to make herself a target, but she wants to be
got a cup.
He takes it. The Greelob and Orlob basically both of them. They turn their eyes are gazing around all the time, but their main eyes both turn to face Isaga and going, "Speak not to the ogre. He is no part of our dispute. You must mediate and dictate who has the right to guard this strange medium."
You've only made claims. You haven't said why you should be the one to have it.
"Because I am the purest of my race." "No, I am the purest of my race." They go off into a bit of an argument again about it.
Well, okay. I'm sorry, I don't know much about your races. What makes you the purest? What is the idea, the ultimate goal of a whatever you are? What makes you the purest? You're making claims but not providing evidence or support.
Can you not tell? Can you not see that they're both almost speaking in exact synchronicity here? Can you not see how I am the ultimate in biological perfection, the epitome of the spectator race? Do you know nothing human?
Go with phrenology.
But there's more to being perfect than physicality. There is mentality and there is ability, and that can't be seen. That has to be demonstrated.
Whose head is rounder?
I'm not familiar with the race, so I couldn't tell you, and I'm not human.
Humanoid, I should have said. I apologize for that slip. Please do not judge against me, for I am the better defender. I will guard this stone with my knife.
Can I make a wee observation, though? It's a rock, isn't it? To the point is, there's lots of rocks. Isn't guarding like a rock, like beneath you? Is that not like really mundane? I mean, surely you should be guarding gold or treasure or, something like that. But this is a rock.
It fell from the skies and landed in our vicinity. It gives off can you not see the eldritch glow it gives? It has been sent by the I can't remember the Behold of God, but they mention it. It has obviously been sent to judge, to test us and show which is the most of us dedicated to guarding it. But obviously you have been sent to mediate, which we find, which is illogical but logical at the same time, for we have been arguing for hours over who should guard it.
I just go say I don't think anybody should guard that, because I think at the end of the day it's just a rock. Do you mean? And whoever ends up guarding it's going to look like an idiot, no?
I'm sorry, they're giving you the weirdest look ever, like as if you're just talking rubbish, because obviously that's what spectators do. They fight, they guard things.
So
So
Trish starts moving up there. Can she move between them to get close to the meteor?
she certainly can.
And she's going to reach out and touch the meteor. And would an occult roll tell me if this thing has any power or is magic?
Indeed.
I'm trying.
Well,
I'm trying to con them into believing that the rock is really beneath them, and they're going to go off and let it go.
So Ms. Trish reaches out and touches the rock and closes her eyes to see if she can sense anything about it that makes it special.
okay. It's a hunk of blackened metal that's giving out this dark blue sheen as it's being reflecting the light that's shining down upon it. It's about 2 feet long, 18 inches wide, and 18 inches tall. And as far as you can tell, nothing. You're not able to read anything from it. It's obviously you can still feel the slight warmth as obviously falling through the atmosphere, but that's about it.
Odd that the Academy wants it so bad.
There must be a reason. But whatever it is, you're unable to discern it, I'm afraid.
So,
Well, there's
it's one of those rare alchemical. It's one of those rare alchemical metals, is what it is.
You could all just step off and let us guard it.
It's unacceptable, say both of the spectators at the same time. Time is the time. We have talked enough. We have debated enough. It is time. You must nominate one of yourself as official mediator, and they must proclaim here and now which of us, Orlob or Grelob, is to guard the stone for all eternity, killing any who try to take it.
I think Grelob made the better case.
Yeah, but on the other hand, that just occurs to Triss that if they're going to kill anybody who tries to take it, that's exactly why we're here, right?
Yep.
Not fair. It's my cave.
it is your cave. Motioning, like, does he have a cup?
He doesn't.
I pour myself a drink and hand him the wineskin.
Okay.
It is your cave. You found it. We saw that you found it and brought it here.
I just want everyone gone. Wish I hadn't brought it in.
I mean, another way you could do it is we could guard it, and then you could all go off and run round the spindle, and the first one that comes back gets it. That seems reasonable.
Run!
Yeah.
We do not
the superior being would win the race, wouldn't it? It'd also keep you occupied for a couple of hours.
Running is something that lesser forms do. We do not run. We do not have legs, Blob.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Fly. You could fly off around the spindle, first one back. You know what I mean? Gets it.
I think the two of you.
It only take you a couple of hours, and the superior being would win, obviously. You know.
How persuasive are you with that?
But it seems reasonable, isn't it? It's nice, it's simple, it's got a goal.
Yeah. How persuasive are you? Hint.
Roll persuasion.
I mean, and then nobody's. I mean, we could look after it, and then you could, that'll give us a couple of hours.
That seems. I suppose, say, and one of them goes, The other one goes, I suppose a physical challenge would show which of us is the best. But sure, yes.
Because surely the superior
you will not steal these. You will not take the stone while we are gone. We shall nominate in the meantime that what's the ogre's name? It goes. The ogre will stand guard over the stone until one of us returns triumphant. And they go. They both agree to that, and they basically oops, hang on. Let's try that again without unselect Triss. No. Oh well. Let's untarget everything. Going to try and be clever there, but I'm going to have to do it the slow way. Let me just move Trist out of the way. It makes my life easier. There we go. And with that, they all head out of the cave.
Good idea. Fair ogre. You said you just wished everybody would leave?
Yeah, just too noisy. Just took Stoke because I thought it was interesting, but I didn't realise I'd have all this bloody trouble.
We'll take that stone and we'll leave.
If you can lift it, you can have it. It took me. Oh, it's heavy. Weighs as much as many rocks. About 500 pounds. Obviously, with the portable hold.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay. Well, actually, you've got a portable hold. Don't forget, Mr. Worthington.
That's true.
All you need to do is put the portable hold down next to it and make a strength check.
Roll it over. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No problem at all.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. The ogre looks impressed as the stone just vanishes into the hole, and then you fold up the piece of cloth. Goes, Cave quiet now. They won't come. They'll be angry when come back. Think I'll go for long walk myself. Suggest you're not around when they get back. For that, he goes. Yep. He starts walking off down another
tell
cave.
them we stole it from you.
I give him a bag with like cheese and dried fruits in it as he wanders up. Thanks. Have a good day. Let's get the hell out of here.
I suggest we start running too.
Yeah. I'm gonna hop on Mortimer and away we go.
You hop onto Mortimer and away you go. Okay, so you basically well, actually, all you need to do is contact Bosun Toto, or you can simply head back to the Tyrant ship.
Hi-ho, Mortimer, away.
Oh, we contact her, but we're booking it at the same time. We do not want to be here or near here.
Yep. Okay. As you head out of the spindle, you can see the two spectators just heading off into the distance. You decide to basically walk back the other way. Unfortunately, they've gone the opposite direction to your ship. Fortunately. Okay. So if you basically are you communicating with Toto, or are you just heading straight back to the ship?
Communicating with her, but we are booking it.
Okay. Tato grunts acknowledgement that you have captured the stone, and only says one thing: "Get back to the ship. This planet gives me the creeps." The trip back to the Tyrant ship is uneventful, and once you finish climbing up the rope ladder, it's amazing to watch the hamster climb up the rope ladder. I'm sure there's a way to do that, or maybe you just put Mortimer in the bag of holding and then take him out again. I don't know, but anyway, once you get back on the ship, Tartan takes the sending stone as well as the portable hull off you, and then Safei at the spelljamming helm launches the Tyrant ship back into wild space away from Hakatha, slipping out past the other Tyrant ships on patrol, and sets a course back to the Academy. Lighting a cigar, Bosun Tartos tells the characters, "Welcome."
Huh.
Okay, so let's put you back on the ship. Well done. I'm very impressed. They're obviously
that was good.
very clever. Yeah, obviously, fighting can be interesting. The obvious, yeah. Basically, as long as you don't tell them, we'll guard it, then you're okay. If you pick one of them, the other one leaves. The other option, of course, is you can say that they won't like it, but you can also point out that the ogre, it's his cave, so he can guard it. So again, you know what I mean. But I do like your solution. I did like the elegance of yeah. Go for a race. We'll definitely be here when you come back. I would admire that one. Okie dokie. You back on Tyrant ship. Put you back up on the command deck. go. Obviously, Surfer's sitting on the helm, and Bosun Tarto's invisible on terms. Not really, but obviously, I just haven't got a token for them. I forgot to make them as NPCs. Okay, so you're back. You're back on the ship, heading back towards the academy. It's going to be, well, we worked it out, 16 days travel. It's 16 days travel to the sun. It's 10 days travel, I think, back where we said. So we'll say it's an 11-day trip back because the planets have moved slightly. That's a shame you rolled a 1. That's a terrible shame you rolled a 1, because now I have to basically, I just have to, yeah, it's a face card. It's a shame you rolled. It's been a few uneventful days, except for the revelation that Surfer is an excellent dragon chess player. Tarto continues your training to keep you on edge and stave off boredom. You've now memorized each card in the Wild Space Creature Silhouettes deck she brought along. You've gathered on the command deck at mealtime, where Surfer says, "Feels like an asteroid coming up on us." The ship slows down. Surfer remarks, I'm sure I'm right, but go get a visual to confirm." Tarto hands you back the sending stone, just in case. Now go stretch their legs. Head down to the holodeck to and take a peek outside, basically.
Yep.
Why did I tell them what? I've only just noticed that. Anyone heading down to the holodeck? All you have to do is step through the portal. And then you've got 4 windows you can look out of.
I'll have the square window.
It's about memories. Does it flip the map correctly to the new location when you go through, or do you have to find that yourself? I can't remember.
It asks you if you want to go.
Yeah, but does it recenter the map after you teleport? That's what I can't remember. If it
recenters the map after everybody teleports.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, when people slam on it, it also blinks.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I'm just curious. Okay. So looking out to the portals, you can. Looking out of the portals, you can see a rocky debris field floats just outside your ship's air envelope. About half a mile away, a pot-marked asteroid rotates slowly.
Right.
Hold down in front.
No windows. You can go out the thing too.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to keep things moving. So, the asteroid is at least 3 times larger than your vessel.
Okay.
Does the asteroid
Cut out there, Jelsa.
Yeah, we just said, does the asteroid.
Hello?
Hello?
Am I there?
You are there? Can you not hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. It says you said I cut out, and I can't figure out why. And because I'm always losing sound, it worries me.
No, you said,
I was
does
wondering
the
if
asteroid.
the asteroid appears to be self-propelled. I mean, is it possible it's more than just an asteroid? It's full of pockmarked holes. Geez, what else do we know that lives in pockmarked holes? Perhaps we've been followed.
Well, this asteroid's 3 times bigger than the ship you're on, which is why you've slowed down. I like that. Okay. Can I have notice checks, please? It's a glib. I'm just gonna have some fun. Glib leads too far out, and it's no, I'm only joking. Glib doesn't see it.
And floats away.
Give me the beat, boys, free my soul.
I grab him.
You grab him. Successfully grab him and pull him back.
Glitzy Glab looks out the portal and drifts away.
So, I'm getting told off by the audience that I told you how to put the stone in there. I mean, they could have just lowered it. So, Sargon, Trist, click, notice. You suddenly you get a brief, suggestive glint of a metallic vessel, but next when you look harder, it appears to have vanished behind the ashtray.
I think somebody's hiding behind it.
Like I said, I think we've been followed.
There aren't. No, it's not the asteroid itself. Somebody's using it as a cover. I think we should prepare to repel borders.
Okay. You see a strange distortion in space, but in moments before a winged shark-like creature appears in front of you. It has blue skin, 4 wings, and a horn-like protrusion on its head. An armored figure rides upon its back. The rider says, "Hell to you! I've come to retrieve something of mine that is of interest to my employer. Please produce the robot named TPK-99 and all well."
You picked the wrong ship.
You have to zoom in quite a bit, unfortunately, to
So it's over there in front of me and Gliptix.
It's obviously out in deep space, yeah, but with a rider on his back.
Apologies, yeah, they're no longer on the ship. Not quite sure where they are.
If you promise no violence, you're welcome to come aboard and check yourself.
Are we going to sell them out? I didn't have a beef with TPK-99. Did have a beef with her.
Shh.
But did she die? She's dead, right?
No. Shh, quit
No,
talking.
she went back to the academy.
When they brought us the Spelljammer chair, then they took the ones that were suspects.
Okay.
But anyways, Captain is wait. Who said there? Who suggested they can come on board and check as long as they're peaceful?
Cernan did.
Yell out. Captain's giving you permission to come in and verify that they are not on the ship.
The best.
As long as you are peaceful.
It's not the greatest of illustrations, but that's what it looks like. It's because I'm using I've just had to zoom up the token, so it's a bit pixelated. But I think you get the idea of it is a 4-winged flying shark, like sitting up top of it.
Addle, is that what he's using there? Throw his javelin.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like to me.
Yeah, we'll yell out. It's like, if you're coming in peace, you're welcome to verify, but they're no longer on board.
1, 2 there, and then I can add them to the combat tracker. That. Hey, and then
We'll meet you down on the cargo deck.
Oh, come on. They don't have to. You don't. Really?
Bring it.
okay, so basically, she brings the Star Lancer, which is the name of the actual creature, I believe, closer, and you can see it's a Gif Yankee as you get closer, and she's like, Why risk your life to protect a robot? I just need to return it to its rightful owner.
We're not protecting it. It's not here anymore. We are saying, as long as you're willing to be peaceful about this, you can search our ship and confirm that it's not. It is not here anymore.
She goes, that is unfortunate. And you can see she basically, she suddenly be diving the Star Lancer straight towards the opening end user of Sargon. Trist, you're up. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to move over there closer to see what's going on. Yeah, I better lock tokens.
Yep.
Does she seem to be threatening now?
Oh yeah, he's pretty much like he is there. He's definitely in attack mode, as it were.
Okay, I'm not sure how much of my move I've taken but if they're in attack mode, I'm going to get in the first shot.
Okay. All I can do is get myself up to the Jack of Spades after 2 bennies. I'm not spending any more.
Well, this is kind of escalating quickly.
Well, it's their fault, not ours.
We told them that they could board in peace. Now they can't.
They could search because we didn't have. It's not here. They were welcome to look for it.
And we just kicked off.
Said, well, that's not too bad, and decided to attack.
And I lift my little flute to my lips. And you get the blast of the trumpet.
Okay. With a sudden jink to the right, the Star Lancer jinks out of your area of effect, evading your attack.
That wasn't very nice.
Unfortunately, obviously, area of effect spells, you do get a chance to evade it, and unfortunately, he did a very good job evading if they're expecting it.
Okay. Well, then that's my turn. They know that we will fight, that we're not just going to let them come in here and kill us.
I am trying my damnedest to go on hold, and it will not let me.
I shall put you on hold for you. No problem at all. Okay, the Star Lancer.
Why is the double clicking the action card not working?
Don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, fair enough.
I didn't know you could actually double click an action card to put it on hold.
That's the only way I know how to do it when I'm DMing. But
to play, it's an icon on the taskbar, but I don't know what it is because I can't.
Right, so
it's at the bottom of the contract. Yeah, at the bottom of the combat tracker, down towards I think it's on the right-hand side.
Oh, okay, and it's like the end turn button. It only shows when it's your turn.
Strike.
Right.
So, didn't engage you in combat. Just flew straight past you.
First strike.
Did it? Okay, they just moved in.
They went past me. First strike.
Go for it. I will allow it in hindsight.
I just requested an interrupt.
Oh, he gets to do the first strike first because obviously that would happen before you get the interrupt. But yes, I think his first strike might be very good there. Yeah, he hit the Star Lancer with a raise. The Star Lancer is shaken. To click, you attempt to interrupt. That's an athletics roll off.
Do I have to target him?
No, you have to make an athletics check to interrupt the Star
Right,
Lancer.
I know. I didn't know if I had to target him first to get the opposed roll.
No. Just roll athletics. Don't worry about it. Are you happy with a 2? Are you happy with a 4? It's wait, say that you can spend loads of pennies. Are you still happy with your 4?
Apparently.
It was enough. However, hang on. It's enough to interrupt the Star Lancer.
Nice.
However, what about the rider? It's not enough to interrupt the rider. So I'm afraid the rider jumps down off the shark and swings its great sword at Trist. Nearly critically failing, but fortunately the dice rolled me out of the danger just at the last second.
I just squat down a little bit because I'm so short. They always misjudge their.
Yep, they do indeed. Okay, so now to click, you get to go next. You get to go next, and then it's the Star Lancer. Is shaken and will have to spend a penny to act this round.
Next round.
Now to grapple. Actually, you know what? No, I'm a wild attack pouncing this thing.
Okay. Go for it. Wild attack is turned on. You'll just have to put the extra +2 damage in for the pounce if you hit successfully. I think you might have hit him. Yep. To give yourself +2 pounce damage. Roll you. You shake
Shit, that
him.
was the wrong damage.
Okay. You shake
And I
him.
didn't roll the D6, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but that would have exploded, right?
It would have done.
Ugh.
20 damage.
It's 2 wounds. I better try and soak one of those. Or both of them, perchance.
Get that explosions out of the way.
Get that explosion out of the way, very much so. I need to spend a penny to unshake. The Star Lancer will spend one of its pennies to unshake. It's going to come and pounce on top. It's basically going to, obviously, oh no, it can't use its horn on you because of momentum. It's obviously still, oh no, you interrupted it. So, okay, it will basically, it doesn't get to do the extra damage for the horn charge because you you interrupted it, but it does try to stab you with the horn. Sorry, maybe I should roll to hit you first. Let me see if I hit you first. Hit with a raise, so I need to do my raise damage, which makes the attack upon you 13 points of damage. Attack on you 12 points of damage, so you take a wound. Click as basically the Star Lancer stabs you with its dorsal horn, nose horn. Do you wish to soak that or take the damage, sir? Okay, you duck at the last second. That brings us to Sargon.
Is there...
did the bee get to attack or no? He doesn't get to go.
A Buzz gets to attack. Where's Buzz?
Buzz isn't on the map, but I mean, he's on the tracker.
He's on the command deck.
What's he doing there? Okay. He should have
move
been
him
with
down.
me. I didn't. I never saw the token.
Fair enough.
Are there
Buzz would have been over there.
rains on this star shark?
Looks like it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You're going to ride the Star Lancer.
I am going to jump on that Star Lancer and attempt to grab those reins and control it.
Actually, yeah. Oh, well, actually, I mean, everyone else calls it Star Lancer. You, being Gif, of course, calling it by its real name.
Yeah. Okay. It's like, try not to kill him. I will. trying to like grapple it using the reins, essentially.
Okie dokie. Well, you basically you've got it entangled for all intents and purposes. Actually, no, you got the raise. You've got it bound for all intents and purposes at the moment. Because you're holding onto the reins and keeping it pinned down, so it can't move because you've got hold of the reins. What's Buzz up to?
Buzz tried to sting him. Looks like he got him, but
Okay.
didn't. There's no damage roll on my sheet.
I must have accidentally. Disabled it by mistake. My mistake.
No worries. I rolled a d4, got him, but didn't see. Oh no, I didn't get him. It was a 3. I was looking at something else.
No, it's hit with a raise because don't forget he's tiny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it did say that it was a hit.
Yeah.
On the tracker, that's what I was seeing, but I didn't see any way to do damage. So sorry to screw things up.
Just roll the damage. That's okay. Do you want to make the Star Lancer distracted or vulnerable, Sargon? Actually, it's a moot point. It's bound. It's both. And shaken.
And I don't know what the damage roll would be. There's no button, a dragon box to click to see.
Oh yeah, there isn't.
Information
is there?
about.
Oh,
yeah,
because sorry. That's because it doesn't do damage. Quatu just has to make a vigor check.
At -2 because it was a raise.
I'll have to. I got that.
Like stun would, right? You know, but I don't know. I'm just asking.
No, because it's poison mild, so I just need to check what mild poison does because I can't remember off my head. Because he failed his vigor check.
Hitting with a raise doesn't do any good.
Probably not really. But I mean, to be honest,
I don't think it does. I think it's just a straight vigor check.
Fair enough, but he failed.
Fatigue.
He still failed it, so it's depending on what can't remember what mild poison does, so I just need to look it up. Mild poison suffers fatigue or exhaustion with a critical failure. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, you
Nothing.
basically, but no, but you Buzz injects his poison into Quattro, which means he's now fatigued. Okay, so Sargon grabs
one in all his rolls.
Sargon basically grabs hold. Sargon grabs hold of. Obviously, he must have moved to get to.
I have one quick question on that mechanically. Can Buzz go first to say set up a test?
Yes.
And then TK gets to go ostensibly if the test was failed, getting the bonus.
Yes.
I can do that. Okay, I will do that. Thank you.
Worthington Pettigrew, Trundlefoot the Fourth, and Mortimer the Giant Space Hamster. You're up next.
Shoot, how'd I get separate from Mortimer?
Well,
you didn't get put on the map, or
Mortimer's up there.
Yeah.
I assume you got off Mortimer. I assume what actually happened was obviously you and Mortimer were looking out that way, and then you just jumped off him to come over here, possibly. I'm not sure. Maybe you had Mortimer looking that way and you were looking this way. Maybe that's what happened. I'll put you both together. There we go. We'll split the difference. You're both there.
All right, fair enough.
And now you can start your action for the round.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on Mortimer. What does that take?
I'm going to assume you were probably already mounted upon Mortimer. Nice like that.
And then, what's Morty's move? 6.
That's a pace of 6.
Okay. Here goes nothing. See how this does.
Everyone, this is your first chance as a party to see the abject terror of basically watching a giant space hamster with a hippopotamus sitting astride it, charging towards.
I lower my lance, And I say, forward, into the breach, Mortimer.
I love the idea of a hippopotamus riding a giant space hamster. It's awesome. Go for it. Okay, so that'll be a nice lance attack. Even target Quatu for you.
Okay.
Very true. I suspected it. I'll do now.
I guess that's a fighting roll.
It will be a fighting roll with your lance. On your combat tab, you should have your lance, shouldn't you? AP2 when charge. Yeah, lance mounted charge. That's what you're rolling on your attack. Character sheet. That's a hit. Roll for damage. Wow, look at that. The lance just goes straight through his armor because of your mounted charge. And Quatu is possibly going to say no, because of the fatigue. He takes a wound as you and Mortimer come charging in and basically skewer him with a lance. Have you got 2 inches of movement if you want to continue your charge off again to charge back in next round? Keep it. Gonna stay put. I thought you might. Cernan, you're up next, sir.
Okay, Cernan is going to walk forward to here. And then throw one of his javelins at Quitru.
True. Go for it.
And I get a free reroll because he is an outsider.
Yes, indeed.
And I'll go ahead and spend a Benny once. Oh, saw the 6. It ran away. Okay. I will miss.
The dice hate you today. Target Clank. You're up, sir. You're... Very quiet for I've just seen the picture. What's that from? A Roman riding a rodent.
Night in the museum, I think.
Ah.
The sequel, maybe.
Have we lost Pa? I'm going to put him on hold. It's a gleb.
He just tried to talk, I think.
No, that was me.
Actually, saw a bit. I did see a bit of green there, but he didn't say anything. What? I think he's muted himself.
It's me. Well, if it's dive in, so I think we're just going to go for a vomit.
Going to go for a vomit. That's tasteful.
That is awful.
So tasteful you taste it twice.
Do you remember that Star Shock?
Target Clank's desperately trying to mute and unmute himself. You might have to drop Discord and come back in, I'm afraid, mate.
I was having trouble with Discord too.
Ah, damn it.
Looking at the wrong page. I'll be back.
Right, tell you what, I'll bend that 4 to see if I can get a raise, right? But tell you, because I know you'll complain about this if I don't tell you that. So what I was going to do was I was going to use Ass's Burst, but I was going to do lingering damage on it.
Okay.
In fact, might as well make it armor piercing and damage as well.
Don't forget that I'm on top of the Star Shock.
Is it called a star shark? Because when you look at it front on, it looks like a star.
No, because it flies through the skies.
Right, well, in that case, I'll make it selective, so don't. Well, let's not hit the star shark.
Well, no, you can hit the Star Shark, just not the rider.
Yeah, there you go. If you make it selective, you're obviously picking. Oh no, this will be interesting. So, how are you going to make it selective? Because you can't pick an acid that doesn't burn Githyanki because they're both Githyanki.
Well, I thought he was doing a line.
Only being a git.
A burst, I thought he said.
Well, burst, it doesn't matter because you are technically, don't forget, you're technically there if you're on top of it.
Yeah,
I mean, but I can shoot the even though he's on it. I can still burn it though, can I not?
I was being sarky, but of course you can make it selective. I was just trying to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jelsa got burnt one day when you guys tossed acid. She was willing to take that chance if she weren't so athletic and evaded.
Well, no, that's what I was saying. Burst can create a cone or a stream, and the stream is different. Has a it's like a line.
Anyway,
Yes.
We're going to Benny it now. We've said it. And
Yeah.
oh look, we almost
That's a
got
stream.
the raise. Almost got the raise.
You got a raise on the Star Lancer.
Right.
Roll the damage. Oh, that was nearly okay. Okay, so the Star Lancer will take a wound. And now roll for crit. To be lingering damage to 6. Oh, nice, you put it on. I forgot I made it into an effect.
Might as well spend Benny's, do you know what I mean? So.
Okay, that's a wound upon Quadru, who's already taken one wound. He's going to spend his last Benny to try and soak it and fail miserably. So do you want to hit him with the lingering damage effect as well? Okay, 2d4. I know I said 2. I put 2d6, but it's actually 2d4. So go right. They've both been hit by lingering damage. Has Parget Clank got his voice back yet? Talking, but we can't hear him.
Right. Anyway, as I said at the beginning, I've got to head off because the wife's coming in.
Okie dokie.
She's going to drag me away for a social event. Bah humbug.
Bah humbug. Okay, no problem at all.
Right.
We'll keep Mr. Parr on hold because unfortunately his mic's turned off. I thought it was quiet.
No, he's speaking. We just can't hear him for some reason.
I know. Very annoying, isn't it?
It's registering at least as speaking.
Yeah, he's not muted on my end. I'll try muting and unmuting, see if that fixes it.
If he can hear me, I was having that trouble this morning. You might want to try to reset the microphone.
He's gone, I think.
In the settings? Okay. Well, I have that effect on a lot of people. But.
Sounds like he's having the kind of problem I have with mine quite frequently.
Indeed. Oh, I heard a connection. If you can hear us, you might have to go and reset your microphone inside Windows, apparently.
No, not in Windows, in Discord.
Sorry, in Discord.
In the settings, click the gearbox and go to voice and whatever the hell it is, voice and video, whatever that thing says, and play around with the pull downs on the microphones and put it to something else.
Test 1, 2.
There we go. He's back. He works.
That's nuts. Like, my headset is doing silly and stupid things. But we shall carry on. Yes, Plar is attacking fucking anything within Trident's reach.
Well, from where you are at the moment, that's nothing.
And please don't kill the Yankee.
Stump. Rattle.
All Gith Yankees.
Okay, I'll just go play with a little bit of flubber that I can find.
The point is, you can move. Don't forget. I'm saying you'll have to move, sir. If you move to there, you can stab anything you like.
Let's do that. I just don't see anything. No enemies.
They're the ones with the red borders. One that looks like the flying shark, and the other one that looks like
and the round templates.
The spiky things.
The spiky things. Trident. Is it Trident? Yeah, it's not a reach one weapon.
Yeah, I can hurl a trident, I'm sure.
You can throw it, but obviously from. Oh, hang on, you vanished. Where have you vanished to?
Clever auto gnome.
So it's like, what the hell? Where'd he go?
I'll put him back on. I'll put a new one on the map. So yeah, so you're there, so you can literally get to there, and you vanished again. What the hell's going on?
It's asking me to accept things, and I'm saying yes.
Oh, you teleporting yourself back to the portal. That's
Yeah,
what it
you're
is. Sorry.
teleporting around. That's what's happening.
That's my no. That's as much my fault as anything else because I obviously moved him. If you move to the port, that's the only downside of accidentally moving you back to the portal. But anyway, you can get to there with 4 inches of movement, and then you've got a choice. You can either stab the slightly bleeding big bad rider or the flying shark thing that Sargon's holding on to for dear life at the moment.
Yeah, let's go for the flying spiky thing.
Okay, that would be the Star Lancer. There we go. Targeted. Stab away, sir.
And I'm gonna be throwing.
Oh, you can belay it from here, but if you want to throw, then you don't even need to be that close. You can be back.
Melee is the way to go. I'm gonna Benny that just for giggles.
You got 5 of them. Still waiting on Sirenscape to release the Spelljammer sound effect packs, and they haven't done it yet. Okay, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
Do you have Sirenscape running?
I've got it on the right now, but I've got no sound. I haven't used it for sound effects today.
I have wounded the spiky flying thing.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that deeply.
You do it differently than I do. That's not.
I do. Yeah. I've just got a dedicated Discord guy channel just to be voice with this. You know what I mean? I've got a separate computer running Soundscape that's got its own Discord.
Right. I pipe it through. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to deal you a new card for this round. Worthington Pettigrew.
Using the player so that with the links, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, obviously, when they add support into Fancy Grounds, then we'll all do it the proper way, won't we?
Yeah, I mean the player works well, but no, it's cool. It just means the players themselves have to download or deal with the player one way or the other.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to do it. I'm not sure how they're going to do it with Fancy Grounds. It'd be interesting to see. Anyway, Mr. Trundlefoot, off you go, sir.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a challenge.
Aha, he remembers this time.
Well, the last time I went so late in the round, it wouldn't have...
Yeah, it made no difference. Yes. Doesn't the challenge... Isn't the challenge Quattro or the Shark?
Quattro.
Isn't your challenge everyone, all your allies get a bonus to attack him?
Grants his allies a +2 bonus on fighting rolls against the target of his challenge until the end of the round.
Fighting +2 then. There we go. So everyone gets a +2 bonus to hit Quattro with a fighting.
Also, everyone gets a +1. If you're within 5 inches of me, you get a +1 to recover from stunned or shaken.
Put an aura around you, same as you don't have. That's quite impressive. That quite a big aura. Okay, we'll remember that. Okay, so you challenge Quattro.
You can add that to him as a token light, and then when he moves around, it stays with him.
That's not a bad idea. I like that.
That's what I do with like spirit guardians and shit.
Oh, nice. Okay, then Mortimer's going to run this time. Ooh, nice. So that's an 11 move. And Mortimer, how big is Buzz?
Size -1, isn't he?
How big is Buzz?
Oh, Buzz is tiny. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. Buzz is tiny.
So then he's going to run by and attack him from this angle. And then
I think I managed to add the token to the bloody portal by mistake. Oh well, I'll work it out.
Go on over here.
Okay.
And then so
You get to skewer as you go by.
All right. Dum dum dum. Come on, baby. Why are you not letting me roll?
Token light is that. I go and click the token. I add the light. There. Right side. Let's see if that's the right size. It is. There you go. You yeah, have a aura on yourself now.
And let's just say I spend a Betty to get the hit with a raise.
Yep. The only problem with that, of course, is it does illuminate everything, doesn't it? I'd love to see that aura code that someone wrote for 5th edition to see if we Savage World. Not that I can bloody code it myself anyway.
Yeah, no, I just put it in I just set it to like a low illumination. It does light shit up, but it's dim too, so.
Yeah.
Plus, players always boo-hoo about it when it's dark, and they're always like trying to put lights in anyway, so.
Yeah, true.
I kind of just, it is what it is with that one.
That's players.
Oh, goddamn players.
Can't live with them.
Can't live with them.
Well, now that's kind of your responsibility as a GM is to kill them.
It is rather, isn't it?
I didn't roll.
Actually, you might get a spirit of darkness around it. That would be rather fun.
Didn't roll the
yes
on the raise. Actually, what's the raise get me? Another
D6,
right? Yeah.
19 points of damage. I rolled it anyway.
Boo, DM. Roll better for me.
I'm going to spend one of my bennies because I'm going to spend one of my bennies.
Son of a beeswax.
Okay, so he is bleeding out. So the Gif Yankee goes down and is bleeding out. Okay, which gets interesting. Which causes a bit of a. Okay, that's fine. Who's up next? Is Trist? You're up, Trist.
Plus on attacks.
It would have been automatic, but two, the guy who you get the bonus on's lying on the floor bleeding out at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But
well, then
depends whether you, so what it really comes down to is you're the only person before Quattro gets to make a bleeding out roll. So the question is, if you want to let him live, you can try and stop him dying, or you can just.
No, I'm going to try to take out his mount so we can take him. He can't escape. It makes it harder for him to escape.
Okay.
Please keep him from dying.
Isn't there somebody on the mount right now?
Yes, I am.
I'm a very good shot. I didn't accidentally hit you.
I'm just asking you, please keep him from dying.
Sorry. I'm afraid, Trist, as you're saying, please keep him from dying. Trist files the short bow into it and it just collapses to the floor.
Is it stabilized? Oh.
And Quattro also dies from blood loss. Goes quiet. Tokens unlocked.
Didn't say that, once she mumbles and walks away and kind of respects, but then pouts.
Back to the helm. We were doing something here. No more interruptions.
And now we're probably going to have another attack from the Githyanki that we're using that asteroid to sneak up on us. Because we just killed their messenger.
And I have noticed checks from Click Gleb, who's not here anymore. Trist, Target, Clank, and Sargon, please.
Prep for murder.
Gonna gather evidence.
Okay, you all, apart from Sargon, who's probably quite annoyed that someone just killed the shark, the space shark he wanted. you notice there appears to be a strange sigil tattooed onto the back of the right hand of the now dead Gif Yankee.
He's one of them. Dun dun dun.
Would an occult check tell me what the sigil means?
Well, first things first, to detect magic, which of course is just an action, does reveal an aura of transmutation magic around that tattoo. You could most certainly make an occult check. It looks like a McCain sigil. So basically, the McCain are a race of blue space giants who basically are traders and deal in all sorts of things, arcade and magical and everything other else. They are also known to tattoo their people, people that work for them. So that looks like that this If Yankee was close to whichever McCain sigil this is. If you recognise.
Okay, well, take his hand so we can show that to Vina and let her know that she's being hunted.
Do you mean like cut his hand off and take it to Vina?
Yeah.
Just checking, just making sure. I don't want to carry excess weight here.
Yeah, you throw the.
Well, yeah, that's why I said take the hand. We don't need the whole body, just the hand.
You throw the carcasses out overboard, and Surfer guides the tyrant ship out of the debris field and continues back towards the academy. The ship picks up speed once it gets a mile away from the asteroid. And obviously, from the reports you give them, Surfer's also anxious to let the academy know that.
Can we check out the?
So actually, are you showing? That's a good point. Not the hand. What are you doing with it, if anything?
Well, I was going to ask, does the Star Lancer and what's his name count as whatever? Probably what we saw with hiding behind the asteroid.
A Star Lancer, well, unless the asteroid had its own air bubble. Logically, it couldn't have got out there on it. The Star Lancer and the riders couldn't have got out there on their own. They must have come from the ship.
So can we try and maneuver to see what kind of ship it was? How big it was?
Surface just getting out of here. Bosa's going. It's probably pirates. You probably got rid of their scout. We'll head on.
No, I'll show her the hand.
You say, okay, Bosun sort of looks at it and goes, well, that's a McCain thing. When shown to Safa, his eyes widen in shock, and he recognises that sigil. It is that of the McCain Vokarth, who regularly comes to the academy. And says, but why would he have operatives searching for Vina's robot? Says, we need to get back to the academy. Hopefully we'll get back there before they do, says. Okay, so after 10 more uneventful days, the Tyrant ship is parked in orbit. Tyrant ship's back in orbit around Toril. The Hammerhead ship, the mighty Floundering, arrives to give you Surfer and Bosun Tarto a lift back to the academy. Seasoned staff are left behind to take care of the Tyrant ship. After returning to the Spelljammer Academy on the island of Nimbrel, Tarto tells you to get some rest while she and Surfer beef the senior staff. Or Tarto orders you to stay away from TPK-99 and report for maintenance work in the. Apparently, Vina and TPK-99 have been confined to quarters. What you do gather and hear around as the talk back is basically they've identified these metal plates as basically being of McCain in origin. Therefore, it looks like Vina and TPK-99. The story is that Vina is obviously the saboteur.
I like TPK-99.
What do you mean you like TPK-99?
I think TPK is the saboteur.
Well, you could well be right, seeing as that they came for her. They came for the TPK, not Vina. But anyway, apparently, basically, as you walk past Vina's quarters, there are 2 guards standing outside, and you can. There is a. It's obviously been made very clear and visual that there is an arcane magical lock upon the door.
Can I repair that lock open?
Well, the guards won't let you near it, 1, and 2, it's magical in nature, so no.
Noted.
So, basically, you've got the rest of the day to yourselves. You just have to report for duty in the next morning for maintenance work on the flighty foundling, which will be scrubbing decks and making minor repairs. So, unless there's anything you want to do, I will just sort of imagine. We will just say you get a good night's sleep and you go. Unless there's anything else you want to do.
Well, I've kind of got to go.
Sorry?
With all our hijinks, have we got like a good rapport with any of the instructors or admin or anything like that?
You probably had. Yeah. I mean, Tarto doesn't seem to be nice to anyone, but obviously there's that you can talk to people. Yes, and other cadets will possibly be more friendly now. Now everyone thinks.
So I'm wondering if TPK was the traitor all along.
Mickens been released. Mickens has been released from Mortimer's cave and is walking around the place.
Okay, well, I gotta go, guys. I will see you next session. Just put me, puttering around doing whatever.
No problem.
Yeah.
See you later, Trist.
You fell and twisted your wrist, so you're in the hospital wing. Got it.
Like it.
Yeah, I probably fell hard on my arm. Well, it was, I'm trying here, guys. Have a good one.
Angie, bye now. And then number 5. Okay, when you report for duty next morning, you're head up to the flighty founding. It's moored on the side of the academy structure, about 400 feet above space dock, roughly along the same level as the gymnasium. Well, let's get the map up. An idea, Spelljammer Academy. Zoom it in again. So where's the gymnasium? So about there. Isn't TPK's on the map? So yeah, I think it's interesting. Scrubbing decks makes repairs is moored on the side of the academy structure, 400 feet above the sea dock, roughly at the level of the gymnasium. Okay. Why it's there and not up at the sky dock, but that's fair enough. Like, why is it not there where it shows it on the map? Who knows? As you're deep in your tasks, a shadow of another ship passes over the deck of the flighty founding. The ship looks like it's preparing to dock on a level directly above you. The ship looks like a giant metal insect, its hull gleaming in the sunlight. Ropes drop down from the vessel and land on the main deck of the flighty founding. Near the stern castle, 2 brawny, hippo-headed humanoids dressed for combat zip down the lines on steel loops. They land on the deck with resounding thud. One of them points at you and snorts, "Get off our ship!"
We're cleaning an academy ship, right?
You're cleaning the academy ship, the hammerhead ship, the flighty foundling.
I think you need to talk with someone in administration.
I put Trist on hold. Oh, let's just do it's easier. I didn't mean
Give
to
the hippo the bureaucracy.
Unfortunately, of course, we're back in the academy, so Mortimer is down on the ground level, I'm afraid to say.
Morty, no. I hardly do you, Morty.
There's nothing wrong. Morty's not gone, but you know what I mean. He's just
As far as I'm aware, this belongs to the academy.
Indeed.
And you're going to claim that you own it because you're on it. We were here first.
What makes you think it's yours?
Yay. So, as I say, basically, yeah, you're quite correct. This is not their ship, but these two Gethys just landed with a thump on the stern castle, and basically, as you start talking towards them, you can see both of them seem to be reaching for pulling small round metallic objects off their belt and pulling the pins out of them. So click, click. You get to go first after giving everyone a penny.
Yes, yes. Okay. Well,
Should be pointed out the gift of unlike Worthington Pettigrew IV, a lot of glyph are very in favour of gunpowder related products.
Treason.
So where's
well,
the other
you'll get no gunpowder from me. However, I am going to. Well,
Okay.
aha.
Benny's going all over the place here.
He is in my pounce range, so I should probably have added wild attack to the hot bar. Me
Okay.
1 second, and I'll pull it.
There we go. Add them back on. But you also need to create some nice pounce effect, which I need to. We need a nice pounce effect for you.
Absolutely. So pounce incoming with my Gifka. There he is. There's the move. I'm assuming that's a hit.
That should do it. There you go.
Oh, and I didn't do the 2.
Let's go. I've just added a pounce effect for you.
Okay, and that's a 23 actually. Shit, 1 off for 3.
No, it's in there. It's in there.
Oh, it's in there. Okay, no problem. Because I'm not looking at chat. I'm looking at the tracker. But I guess that's that for him.
Depends if he's so.
Well, no, I mean unless he soaks or fuck this.
Sorry.
Mr. I roll a soak every single time.
Yeah, man. What mod is that you've got set up here?
Oh man, I've spent I've yeah. At the end of the day, every time that you make the GM have to spend a penny to soak, it's still good because you've taken away one of the GM's pennies.
Am I not seeing the adventure card tab?
It's Savage Pathfinder. There's no such thing as the adventure deck in Savage Pathfinder.
Oh, I let the players have set adventure cards in Savage Pathfinder.
You're overpowered in player characters are overpowered enough in Savage Pathfinder. You don't need the adventure deck.
Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah, and Buzz is doing it too, but Buzz can't. I don't think Buzz has the pace to get there. He'll fly right there.
Yeah, Buzzer's only got flight of 6, isn't it? Buzz. All right, Worthington Pettigrew Trundlefoot the 4th.
I'll do you for that. That's his challenge.
Oh my word! Actually, I've zoomed into the tokens. You couldn't tell those. I mean, from the size, you can probably guess their gift, but I mean, they're just head to foot in armor with a pistol with a rifle on their back. That is.
Everybody gets a +2. When fighting
Everybody.
them.
Oh, which one of them? You can only challenge one. Don't forget. You can obviously you can challenge both of them, but you have to challenge them once per as a limited free action once per, don't you?
The one that's going later.
Which is Shock Trooper.
10. And then I don't think I can make it to him. Oh, maybe I can.
Challenge, but there it is.
To make a run roll. All right, that's enough.
To there. Yeah, hang on. Why is Snap to Grid turned on? I hate Snap to Grid. Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing plus. I'll find out which means there is no grid.
Roll the 1. So.
Escape, you get to there.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. And then I shall attack him. Did you add the effect?
Yeah, I did.
Stuck in.
Go for it. The whole ship shakes as as Trundlefoot charges up the stairs. Missing.
No, he didn't miss. Oh man, everything's taking so long today. I'm trying to drop a Benny. Oh, come on.
Why you got a -4 for running?
He's got multi-action turned on as
Oh,
well.
multi-action. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't know. Just. I'm
I
afraid. Yes.
challenged as well.
Yeah, you did. Sorry.
I still missed.
You did
Okay,
indeed.
if 7 misses, I'm out.
Oh, it's a limited action. It's not a limited free action. I'd forgotten. Yes. But it looked, yeah. Okay, so the gift shock trooper number 2. Okay, well, he's stuck in melee, so he will. What's he got? He's got sweep. Okay, so he's just going to sweep. He's going to sweep Worthington Trundlefoot the 4th, and he's going to sweep click click with his great sword.
Not just a good sword.
Okay, however, I need to reduce. It doesn't have improved sweep, so I should have put a -2 on that, but it's still enough still to hit click check. So I'm afraid I'm just rolling the damage.
Why?
Oh,
I've got a thing of I've got a toughness of 7. Why is it 5?
No,
Because you're vulnerable.
Oh, because I'm vulnerable. Oh,
because your parry's 5 and he rolled a 5 to hit you. That's why you're hit. I haven't rolled the damage yet. However, that greatsword smacks into you for 20 points of damage. That's better. That 6 is what you need. Okay, you avoid most of it. However, your chitin is still cut by that huge swing of the greatsword. Cernan, you're up. Go on. What's getting on?
Cernan is going to step forward a bit. I'll kind of get up here snugly close to Buzz. And I'm going to stun the unnumbered shock trooper.
Go for it.
Spend 1 Benny trying for the raise. And not getting it. Okay. So he needs to make a vigor check.
A vigor check. Here he is.
Oh well. It's worth a shot.
It was. Yeah, but anyway, okay. It's his go now, isn't it? So he is going to. That would be medium range, so that's a -2. He throws his thunder bomb, but at -2 because of medium range. Getting a 1. Does he critically fail? He does not. Okay, so it's going to deviate. 1 o'clock.
To another critical cluster.
9 inches, but because it's coming back towards him, you halve it to 4 inches, so it's going to move 4 inches at 1 o'clock, which would be there. That's where it lands. So, yeah, the bomb lands. Basically, the bomb bounces off the rigging and lands there and explodes to no effect on anyone. Obviously, Glixagleb isn't actually here.
Weapons training, sir.
Indeed.
Perhaps you should be attending this academy rather than raiding ships.
That gets us to target Clank.
Flo says, haha, you twat, you cannot throw things for shit, and hurls a trident at GIF Shock Trooper.
Trooper? Shock
Go
Trooper?
for it.
Shock Trooper, let me work it. That's all I want to do.
You miss. It's long range.
Curses.
The problem was it wasn't so much it basically, because of the size of the bomb, it obviously bounced and landed over there rather than actually necessarily missing. You missed. Hitting basically your trying hits the wooden railing in between you and the shock trooper.
Fair enough.
Sargon, you're up, sir. Whoops, something happened there. I don't know what happened. Sargon, you're up. It's your go before the end of the turn.
Okay.
I must have pressed the next player button by mistake at the same time that someone did. Quite correctly clicked end of turn. So obviously it moved you on. Okay, so what you up to, Mr. Sargon, sir?
I'll take charge at that other shock trooper.
Don't forget he's on an elevated position to you, hence there's the stairs.
Okay.
You can climb up there, but it's obviously, what's the distance? It's 2 inches horizontal. Yeah, basically you could do it, but you'd have to clamber up there, or as it were. Obviously that counts as sort of an inch of vertical height, as it were. You need to move at least 7 inches and an athletics roll to successfully climb up there, or you can take the stairs and run without having to make the athletics check.
I'll make the athletics check. I mean, I'm a free runner. Taking the stairs is to do when I'm...
You're basically, what I'm trying to say, including climbing, you'll get 5 inches to there because the last inch is vertical, if that makes sense. You'll have to run as well if you want to, unless your pace is better than 6. What is your pace? 6.
My pace is 6. I don't have that.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, you successfully get to there. If you want to continue moving, you're going to have to run to continue. You've used up all your movement to clamber up to the top of to the stern.
That's fine.
Okay.
He takes I throw my soul knife at him.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely acceptable. I'll allow that. Yes. You hit with a raise. Roll for damage. You shake him.
I'll try bending the damage.
You shake him. I think 11's still a shaken. Yeah, you shake him. Okie dokie. That brings us to Cernan at the start of the round, sir.
Okay, Cernan is going to attempt to get to where he thinks he's going to go. Let's see, 3 inches to there.
Sorry, just noticed I had a sword effect. What's the critical sound like? That's a bit gooey, isn't it?
Okay, Cernan will step to there.
Yep.
And he will cast his damage field, and he's got lots of add-ons. He's using a total of 13 power points.
Okay.
Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Where'd you go? Come back here.
So that's going on a bit longer than I expected. I'm going to stop that. Sorry. Damage field 7. You didn't get the raise, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so it's now the end of my turn, and the two guys next to me are both going to take 2d6 AP6 damage.
So is Crit Click.
He's considered adjacent to me?
He is. Look, he's literally there, isn't he? So he's diagonally adjacent. I'm going to say he's adjacent.
Sorry, Click.
So you get to target him. You get to target him. You get to target him. Roll your damage rolls. Okay, 9 points of damage.
Explode. Why did? Hold on, it didn't explode. Unfortunately, 13 points of damage.
Okay, the easiest way to do that is the easiest way I find is in the chat is if you're doing something like that, do /DMG 2d6, and then when you roll it.
Yeah, I just yeah, whatever.
It's a great shortcut to have. Everyone needs a /DMG 2d6 shortcut because sooner or later you'll be doing 2d6 points of damage to someone. Okay, so that would be 13 points of damage to Click, which will wound him. Keep going. Do your next damage roll. I should have made you do /3d6 actually because you got the raise, but that's my mistake.
I did not get the raise.
Oh, you didn't get the raise, of course. It was just the exploding. So that's yeah. So I'm afraid the only person who's actually affected by your damage field is Crit Click.
That is AP6.
AP6, okay. AP6, they've got armor 4. That takes the toughness down to 8. It's still the only one affected.
Okay, I'm going to re-roll the damage on the unnumbered shock trooper.
Actually, if it's AP6, you've actually done 2 wounds to Click. Well then, roll again.
What are you doing?
You didn't realise he'd hit you with the damage field, but because I'm an evil GM, he hit you with the damage field.
No, you told him he's doing it on purpose.
He'd already cast it when I pointed it out to him.
Actually, what I will do is I will re-roll the damage on Click as well.
That's a good call. Go for it.
Oh, and this one rolls high. Screw you.
That does take it back down. You have half the number of wounds you inflict upon Click. Though. Click just takes a wound. He can't soak that, I'm afraid, so he takes a wound. What I will do is after he can't soak it and I haven't wounded him,
obviously Cernan has forgotten that I don't need to sleep and he does.
I'm going to award you another Benny for a very amusing comment after I'd already awarded you a Benny for feeling guilty. Okay.
And then and you like eating toes as well.
Okay, to Click. Basically, you're finding your basic. What is your damage field? Is it a halo of bright white light, Cernan?
It's a bunch of shards of bone circling around me very quickly.
Yeah. So you're being hit by shards of bones that are circling around Cernan. You deduce that you can sort of get the impression that you really don't want to carry on standing where you are.
He said bone.
Well, and the damage applies at the end of my turn. So
I know. I'm just from a purely roleplay perspective. I'm just examining it that way. But mechanically, you're right. You won't take any damage until the end of Cernan's turn, of course. Anyway, Buzz moves over there. Has targeted shock trooper number 2. So go for it.
All right, so Buzz is gonna just like kind of challenge Shock Trooper here with a little bit of athletics. It's gonna fly around and try to get in its nose and do all sorts of stuff to try to distract it here.
Okay, do an athletics roll from Buzz. That is successful. However, the defense Shock Trooper is basically is unfazed. Maybe Buzz just couldn't find a way inside that heavier suit of armor he's wearing.
And yeah, so with that, he's going to Click is going to conjure some fire and try and tag this guy with some fire here.
For crying out loud. 2 bennies used, and all I did got 2 hearts.
Actually, no, fuck it. I'm just going to hit him with my gift gun.
Go for it. I was just spending bennies to try and get up the combat track and failing miserably, and now I've used up all my bennies. You fail to penetrate his encasing suit of armor. You basically successfully hit the guy.
Fuck's sake. I quit. See you in 2 weeks.
Well, it was funny you should say
no,
that.
I'm kidding. I know
you are. Anyway, Parget Clank, you're up, sir.
Greetings. I plan on moving closer to give Shock Trooper north, and then hurling another trident at him from within the next range group.
Okie dokie. You need to move before you roll, otherwise the game will basically treat it at long range.
Oh, it's my bad. I'll try that again.
Go on then. Go on. Take your roll, sir. I'll be nice. I'm not worried about that. It's just the minuses. So no, a 3 will still miss. That's still medium range.
There you go.
I like your sparkles. They're very impressive. That's a hit.
Thank you very much.
Birdie. He got Birdie's dice.
They strike me as very jealous if you've watched my Rise of the Rune Lord. It's just the wrong colour. I'm afraid they're just
that's
encased
all
in
I'm
armor.
about to burn there.
They're just encased in armor. They're very hard to hit.
I can't watch your Rise of the Rune Lords. Too many spoilers.
I know. Sargon is up next.
Okay.
It's a lot of me just renting it at the bloody maps, to be honest.
I'll move up on it.
Okay, you move up. You start being battered by a whirring circle of bones around Cernan.
I'll move away from Cernan. And he's shaken. Not sure if I would have gang up or not.
It will factor it in if you get it. You should do.
Okay.
Or you might not, because Cernan probably doesn't provide gang up because it's cancelled by this dude. But it calculates it anyway.
Yeah.
In Blood Bowl tackle zone turns, you won't get a gang up bonus. But if fancy
Cernan doesn't provide a gang up. Why?
Because he cancels out your gang up
with
bonus.
2 people.
If you ever played Blood Bowl, it's all about tackle zones because you're
okay.
Because you're in his tackle zone, you don't provide a tackle zone there.
I'm gonna try a cold shot for like a weak spot in the armor or such.
You certainly give it a shot. That'll be a -4 to hit.
Well, I was trying for just like a -2 to ignore a little bit of their armor.
Okay, well, I'll let you have a -2 to hit for +2 damage, yeah.
Alright.
You're going for one of the joints or something?
Yeah, something a little bit big. I'm not trying to completely bypass it, just
Yeah, understood.
reduce their toughness or a bit of extra damage.
Sounds good. Yeah, you're just going for one of the joints or something where the armor's weaker. So give yourself a +2 damage bonus as you roll for damage.
Okay.
That's a wound. Yeah, you literally do notice that one of the joints on the arms is less armored, and you just jab that knife in there. Alas, I have no bennies, so I can't soak it. The shock trooper takes a wound, cries out in pain as it is wounded and shaken.
Yes, he has no more bennies.
Until I get a joker. I shall not be ending people's turns because it causes problems. I shall let you end your own turns in like a good DM should.
Oh, so it's just me that gets the bennies rolled on damage and the turn ended, huh? Okay, I see how it's going today.
And that's me. That's stopping now. Okay, well, that gift trooper is remaining shaken, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to have to move down to Worthington Pettigrew Trundlefoot the Fourth.
Is this about me asking what the display name code was on Swell?
Not at all. I know the code so you can change the name of the reference manual, but that's all. That's the only code I know.
No, there's something else. For some reason, my mods that I'm making are not showing up with a title in the thing for the players, and there's there's a display name thing in there.
Have you looked in the help file?
I have. I not. You're my help file, man.
I see. Okay, Trundlefoot swings his longsword into the armored gift. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
How close are we to the end?
20 minutes? Or until everyone leaves. Well, whichever's the shorter. Two, I should say. You shake him.
And he becomes unshaken. Almost immediately.
He does, alas. He...
All right.
Okay, so this dude, he's going to sweep. He doesn't have improved sweep, so he's a -2 on his sweep. He swings that huge great sword around him, and he misses everyone except Click Click.
Of fucking course. Okay.
Oh dear.
Good to do a sweep.
You just need to increase your fighting skill, mate. That's the problem.
Why?
That's a wound. Well, because because if you increase your fighting skill, your parry will go up to 6, and he would never have hit you in the entire fight.
Oh.
Because he keeps rolling 5s. That's the point I'm trying to make there. You are wounded. And that brings us on to a new round with new cards dealt and Shock Trooper 2 going first. Well, he's going to sweep again, isn't he? Unless anyone wants to try and get up the combat tracker before I roll any damage here.
No, that's fine.
Well, damage, you got to roll the hit first. Oh, fuck.
I think he might have hit everyone this time. Okay, so that is, oh dear, that's an awful lot of damage on. Did he target himself there?
Good.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to retcon that.
That rolls out though. You got to roll again. You don't get to just take that roll.
Why is that?
You keep hitting him.
No, it's not that. I mean,
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to hit Cernan with a raise. Okay. Cernan got off lightly last round, but I think with his parry, he would have been. No, Cernan should have got hit last round, but he got away with that. So, okay, here we go.
Ooh, that was almost a burst.
Okay, 2 wounds. 2 wounds onto Click Chick, who's incapacitated. He's got no bennies left, I'm afraid to say. 3 wounds on Buzz.
Jeez,
And I'm next, so my Saturdays or my Sundays might be freeing up.
2 wounds on Trundlefoot. This guy's like, oh dear, this guy
got lucky.
Why is he targeting himself again? Why is it
Well,
about? It won't let me
that
hit Cernan.
damage
This
field
is not
helps.
fair. Not letting me hit Cernan. Why is that? Cernan. It's not letting me target Cernan. I'm just going to have to target Cernan like that. Oh, it hit with a raise. There we go. I can roll the damage on Cernan there. Oh, for crying out loud, what is going on? What is it about the fact that Cernan... I give up. I really give up. 11 points of damage on Cernan manually. There we go. Cernan shaken. Click is...
Go ahead, click it. Incapacitate me and I'll fail right here.
You've got a Benny. I don't know what you're on about.
I didn't have a Benny. I just checked. Oh, it just popped up.
Don't know where it came from, but it seems to be there.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you burst. I guess it was a 5.
Okay.
That didn't work. I had a 3 roll to 3.
Hang on. Vigor check. Let's take the damage off. Vigor check. Spend a Benny for a vigor's check. Buzz takes 1 wound. Worthington Pettigrew soaks the damage and is shaken. I think that's the net result of that devastating sweep there. Click. You're in a bad way. You're shaken. Might be time to go full defense, you know. Or cast some magic.
Full defense is an action.
Yes, I know. If
Take
you back
your
off, he
shot.
gets. If you back off, he gets an attack on you. I personally would try casting healing on yourself.
That's an
I
action.
can't. It's an action.
Of course you are. I apologise. I'm
Drinking
being
a healing
stupid.
potion. It's an action. He's just
I'm
kind of
I'm
stuck
just
there.
running away.
Well,
I got hit with the damage field and I'm yeah, go ahead, hit me.
No, it's fine.
Migrate away from Cernian.
Yeah. He misses. Okay, Cernan, you're up. Cernan unshakes. Sorry, I forgot you still shaken. Sorry.
Okay, Cernan unshakes. Cernan
You
will
get a +1 to recover on that. So, but anyway.
Cernan will step back just a little bit.
Click. I take it back. You are unshaken. Because you get a +1 bonus to unshake because you were near Worthington. So you did unshake.
All right. Well, then it's not called disengage. What the hell is it called when you go, or is there no disengage?
It's okay. Look, you got away without him hitting you. So if you want to, you can still perform an action. Is what I'm trying to say. I forgot about the +1 bonus because you're inside. But we've got to remember this. If you get a +1 bonus, yeah. So
you can dodge. You can dodge, which is the only defense you can take unless you have the evasion edge.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So I just took I didn't get hit. I'm away, and I'm gonna do the full thing and drink my potion of healing that I have in my inventory. So,
which is it a major or just a is it a minor potion of healing or a major potion of healing? If it doesn't say, it's minor.
It doesn't say, so I'm assuming it's just 1 wound.
Yeah, but that's 1 wound back is better than nothing. Okay, Cernan, you move to there. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I back up just a smidge, and I will.
Which means no one else is in your damage field now. Yep.
Right. That's basically what I was shooting for. And neither one of these guys are wounded. No, we have the unnumbered is wounded. So I'm going to try and poke the wounded one with my spear.
Go for it. Luke.
And that will do no damage, so I will just let my spinny whirly bones do their damage.
Okay. That means. Okay.
That is AP6, so.
Oh, AP6, that does make a difference. AP6 on the. Which takes his toughness down to 8. So you wound him.
Yeah, I'm not sure even an AP6 would help with that one.
No, afraid not. You need 8 points of damage to shake him. You took one of them out with your field. Okay.
Spinny whirly bone things.
Yeah, I'm going to put the spinny whirly bone field up in case the sergeant knows where he doesn't want to position himself.
All right.
Actually, that's too big. Actually, you're off center of the thingy. It's actually not that bad, but yeah, you'll be fine there. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'll get and take a quick glance to look for something of a weak spot and make a called shot -2.
Okay. There we go. I have to draw it and then move it on. When you draw it, it has to be in the grid squares, but you can leave it afterwards. That's a hit with a raise. Roll for damage, sir.
Nice. Now there's some.
That's a lot of damage.
Dark sparkly.
Indeed.
Oh yes, thank you.
And there we go. That's a second splat. So anyone shaken is unshaken. Okie dokie. You hear an explosion coming from the other side of the academy in the direction of the cadet quarters.
Where's the flubber?
More distractions.
No rest for the wicked.
But I think that's it. Given that we've lost two of everybody, it's also a convenient point to leave it, as you hear a loud explosion on the by the cadet quarters. So we shall leave it there today. Hope you enjoyed it. Seeing as I nearly
all right.
put the party out. So as I say, we'll have to have a chat in the channels, but potentially on the diary of things, the 5th of February is our next scheduled game session, and I am currently potentially going to have to work that weekend. So we'll either have to work out if we can do something else or what we want to do, guys. But so we'll have a chat about that when I know a bit.
Who do we need to call to get you out of that?
To hell with the man. Screw the man. Quit. Strike.
Thanks, Taz. I do have 2 quick questions, though, but it's not about this. So finish that up first, and then.
So as I say, so I think we'll leave it there today with you having fought off 2 very heavily armed gift shock troopers, and obviously, we'll when we pick up the action next week, we'll continue it. So thank you guys.
Cool.